Yo, what's the damn deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Koldture Geeks podcast. Why? This is the first episode. What are y'all doing?
Nah, bro. Look. All right. So normally we wouldn't be starting right at the intro.
Oh my God. Why are we extending it?
No, because we was like, no, we starting.
We started already.
No, I'm telling the audience the truth about what I deal with y'all, bro. Normally we wouldn't start right at the intro, but it was just so much ridiculousness going on before the intro.
Why is it blaming
that
us?
it's just no, me too, but it was mostly y'all though. But we
Well, now I'm gonna have to restart this intro.
Nah, yeah.
You just said welcome to Koldture Geeks.
But I didn't even finish the intro.
Oh yeah,
you
we didn't even get our introduction.
Yeah, so then you just say,
But that don't, why I gotta redo it?
I can never do improv with these guys.
No,
terrible.
They can never do a Marvel movie. They need
You
scripts.
did improv at the wrong time.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
literally said welcome to Koldture Geeks, and we was laughing, and you was like, "Why y'all laughing?" So that's why we gave an answer. You broke your own intro.
You did though.
You was like, "Why y'all laughing, man?"
Yeah, you could have kept going.
You could have kept going, but since you broke it,
Why do y'all gotta laugh at the
because it was
intro?
ridiculously funny. Because you just started after we bullshitted for like an hour. Man.
You can't. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Is that what we do here?
Yeah, apparently, do it again. Just do it again. Just do it again. Just do it again, bro.
Just
do it again.
Let's get it done.
No improv skills.
Nah, bro, I got the greatest improv.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
This man,
I already told him. I can
Talking
be
to
an actor. I've already
Talking
talked
to
about this.
He's
What?
done. Work.
What?
He has work.
Is
Mhm.
that so?
Go
Is that how we
ahead.
do it?
Go ahead.
Don't doubt Brady now when it comes to improv.
Hey,
Go
let
ahead.
him know, man. Let him know.
Hey,
I believe you,
play
bro.
around.
I believe.
Yo, what's the damn deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Koldture Geeks podcast. I'm your host, Miles Mayhem, and I'm here with my awesome co-host,
Young Trae.
T Supreme.
What's the damn deal? What's going on with y'all? Yeah, I almost
Another
slipped.
day.
I had to catch it a little bit. I had to catch it a little bit.
Another day, another dollar.
Oh man, yeah, you know, chilling, man.
Oh, that sounds like depression in your voice, sir.
Just a little bit. I mean,
Tad.
you know.
Hey, he's going through some stuff. Man.
Yeah, bro.
Is he?
Hey, you don't know him.
Yeah. See, this is why we don't talk to our male friends.
Oh.
Because of this guy.
Well,
Is he? He's just invalidated mind.
you know what? I'm glad.
Nah,
you
bro, we're here. This is a platform to where you can go and get what's off your chest.
Sure, I trust you so much.
Sure, he said it real fast.
Very trusting to open up.
You don't want to open up to the Koldture Geeks, bro?
Now, see, I'll open up to them, bro. They can use it against me later.
And just like that, we already see the hate. Look at that. Oh, man. Right on
I
camera.
agree.
How was that hate?
Plenty of hate.
I don't feel
I
any.
tried to open my arms
Did you?
to comfort you in your time of depression and sadness. And you spat. You spat.
Wait.
In the face.
Him opening
in
his
the
arms
face.
was saying, "Is he though?" When he said, "I'm going through something."
But I try to come back. I tried to better myself as a person.
True.
And you wouldn't let me do that.
Hey, ladies, is this how we sound when we like? Because now I can see why clearly y'all be knowing we bullshitting. Because if it's that obvious, nigga didn't even sound believable.
Are we at a minute?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we got to him.
we at a minute now.
Nigga, we got to him.
Yeah. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Not too many of them.
Yeah.
Nah. You can tell because
I just want to get it off my chest.
boys be lying to they girl. How they know we be lying? Well, first of all, you started using vocabulary that you never use ever. Like, I just feel like when we're communicating, you don't really take my perspective into consideration. Be like, oh yeah, this nigga is lying right here, bro. This nigga is clearly lying. I had to catch myself, but I've become a better liar because of it.
How so?
Ooh.
I'm amazing at lying.
Oh.
Yeah, so much that I don't lie that often. That's what
Because
makes
you're too good to do it.
No. I don't lie that often. So when I do, that's part of being a good liar. I tell the truth most of the time. So that lie just slips right under the rug.
But you hear most of the time though. That was the key word you got to for.
Yeah. Tell the truth most of the time. Then that lie is like clearly true. Like that sounds totally not true, but it's Trae, man. Like,
I mean, I don't think he ever lies before, but you know what? Fuck it. We just gonna rock with it.
I don't think he really fought that dragon, but I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't see a reason for him to lie, but I mean,
That's what it is,
maybe
bro.
there's dragon.
That's
That's
so
the thing.
many-
It's like you can't see a reason.
That's Oh, that was dip. My side. Nah, that's so manipulative. No, that was a joke. But yeah, man. It's our first episode, man. I guess we can get right into it, so we can allow the viewers to know what they're in store for.
That seemed like a way better intro than the first one.
What you mean?
This whole conversation.
Oh yeah.
And with that, welcome back to another episode of the Koldture Geeks podcast. It's your host Miles Mayhem, and I'm here with my co-host
Young Trae.
T Supreme.
What's the damn deal? So, are you ready to get into the shit?
Absolutely, man. Well, first let's give the people's a rundown, like
of what
they're gonna be seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's called the Koldture Geeks because we will be discussing pretty much whatever the hell we want to. Sometimes,
whatever.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even come in here with a plan
at all.
We just, you know what I'm saying?
We call those days what?
Freestyle.
Yes, the freestyle days. Yeah, so y'all gonna know when we're bullshitting.
You'll know when the freestyle.
When we come in here and say
freestyle day.
Yeah, when we come in here and say, hey, it's freestyle time. You already know what type of time
you're gonna
it
be
is.
in for one.
That just means it was Monday. We recorded on Tuesday, and we fucked up and didn't have our topics together.
Oh, God.
Damn, I should got me a drink. Should got me a drink. Thinking about it.
Hey man. But nah, man, you know what I'm saying? We're here to discuss everything just that we love. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
that goes from music to movies to pop culture to comics video games,
all of that shit.
All that shit.
Because a lot of
real life.
Because there's a lot of y'all niggas in the hood that be lying about not liking some of this shit.
Bro,
I know.
I
want to kill that stigma right now.
Into it like y'all really want.
Nah, because I want to kill that stigma right now. And the hood niggas love anime.
They do, bro.
No.
Everybody loves anime. Everybody loves.
Yeah,
no,
not all of them. Not all of them.
I know, man, the hood niggas.
But there's more.
Dragon Ball Z.
No. But see, they don't love anime. They love Dragon Ball Z.
That's an anime.
They don't know that.
But
they think it's a cartoon.
Bro, you put on any other anime, they gonna say cut that shit off.
Yeah.
But there are more like us.
Nah, because I know hood niggas who love.
There's hood niggas that love anime, but like we're hood. We fucking grew up in the hood, but we like anime. We like comics and all that shit. But nigga, they all ain't like that
at all.
No, that's true. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, but it's more. Yeah. It's more not like that than it is though.
Yeah. But this is the platform for them.
But this is the platform for the ones that is.
Yeah, that's true.
And just for like our family and friends, y'all have to watch just because it's us.
We need support.
Yeah, we don't care if y'all like it at all.
Yeah, just get that like button.
Yeah, at least click on the video and watch it for however long you gotta watch it for it to count as a view, and then you ain't gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So y'all will be getting a rundown of that. This is just the beginning of our channel. We plan to have like skits and cartoons.
And let's give a round of applause for the first episode, man. It's the first episode of the Koldture Geeks podcast.
We have done 27 episodes before this. That will not be aired.
27 pilots.
Oh, hey, we don't know because they might drop on the Patreon.
Exactly.
Okay,
we had that idea.
we had a few
idea.
Good segments there.
A good one on there.
Okay, we'll start the Patreon at some point.
Yeah.
At one point.
Right now, we just want to, you know what I'm saying? We just want to vibe with y'all and get, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get right. We picked a perfect time for the first episode because
we got some shit to talk about.
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So first things first. What we doing?
You the host.
Oh no, it's not the stuff is in order. We hitting Thor first.
Okay, yeah.
So I
guess we
hitting Thor first.
All right. Sound like a plan. So
let me go first.
Well, hold on. You're gonna go first, but I need to intro you going first because I need people to understand that he has been waiting to talk shit about this movie all week long.
I kind
of have. I think
more than me actually.
Bro, we was at the crib and Quincy pulled up. One of our friends pulled up. He hadn't seen the movie yet, and he was just like, "Yeah, y'all seen it already?" He was like, "Yeah." Or I was just like, "Yeah, I seen it." He was like, "You ain't like it the way you said it," and I was like, "Nah, I ain't say that. He was like, "Well, what you think about it?" And I was like, "It's cool, man, but you gotta watch." Travoy wasn't nobody even talking to Travoy, or wasn't nobody even talking to him. This man turned around. He turned around from the couch. Don't ask me what I think about it. Bro, nobody was,
okay,
bro.
So clearly you didn't like it.
Bro. Man. All right, man.
But okay,
hold on.
Time for you to go ahead and get
let me just get it off. And let me just tell you.
How do you feel?
Oh, okay, bro. Like the way I felt going into this movie and just watching this movie, bro, it just seemed like a lasting or just a long-lasting joke that just never like ended. Like every moment I felt watching this movie, I was like, and then you get a just straight face moment, and that was it, bro. And you just tried to get back serious, and it just didn't happen. And then some other fucking damn near joke would happen, or damn near some comedic type scene would go on, and you just be like, "Oh, that's Thor being Thor." But no, that's not what we
I
want.
mean, it has some serious.
Is that your
parts
fault?
in there?
What is that? Is that? Oh,
Do you think that's your fault as a consumer for
I guess
continuously trying to
I guess
get
we're getting
serious?
into that. Are we getting into that part already? I just
No.
wanted to give.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
Well, no, not really, because in the beginning, yes, I guess I was saying that, or people were, saying that he was too serious. You know what I mean? And he
No.
didn't have
I
enough-
mean, if you're
Like, what do
watching
you
a
mean?
movie,
Mhm.
by an hour in, this is a comedy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If you're still looking for it to be not a comedy, is it now your fault?
That is true.
Hmm.
That is true.
But
because you're
Is this
already
a
an
comedy
hour
movie
within
though? Are we saying this is a comedy movie?
That
Yes.
movie is a comedy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That's a
That is.
straight up comedy. Yeah.
Then
That's damn near.
Oh,
what
Oh, spoiler
all of it is.
alert! In case y'all ain't
well,
seen
then-
it, but it's too late now.
Well, then no.
That's
I
not really a
guess not.
spoiler.
Yeah, we didn't really
that's
speak on no
really,
specific plot points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not really.
really
yeah,
a-
nothing. Yeah,
it's
I
really a comedy.
I haven't really spoiled anything, but it's just like, I
It's
just,
really a comedy.
I guess that's what it is for me. I just don't like the comedy in it, so it's. I wanted Thor to be developed more by this point in this time, and be doing big man grown shit already. You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
at least
I
at doing
definitely feel
King. At least doing King shit, but you're not doing that.
Well, clearly he wasn't going. It ain't even the king. Like we
that's
knew
what
he
I-
wasn't going to be the king.
But it's not
so
even that,
so are we
yes, but it's
clearly on
like-
that Thor's never becoming King Thor?
I guess,
Or if
yeah.
we do see King Thor, it's going to be like a variant or something.
Maybe, yeah, I could see
Like,
that.
do you believe this Thor is going to end up being King Thor?
I can see him being.
he can still, depend on how long Chris want to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He can still be king,
But yeah, overall, bro,
especially if
I
they
just-
doing the gods
yeah.
next.
Oh,
Because the way it's looking now, we jump it. We'll get back to your initial review of it, but
yeah, how you felt?
if they do the gods, then I think it's going to be Hercules is going to have the personality of young Thor,
Yeah.
cocky Thor,
right.
and it's going to take Thor, who's a
parent.
spoiler alert, who's a
Oh.
parent now, to kind of teach Hercules like the way of the response. Like the daughter's going to responsibility. That's the way to push responsibility on him right now, I think.
Yeah.
So he could still become king if Chris wants to do it that long.
Yeah,
For a
that's
few
true.
years.
That's true.
Which we don't know, you know what I mean? Because if he got to get back serious, he might not want to do it. But Bray, what's
How'd you
your
feel?
thoughts on the movie as a whole?
Well, all right. So it's hard to really. This was really a hard pill to swallow, because going into this movie, the same shit with a lot of Phase 4, a lot of Phase 4 projects. I'm not just gonna keep holding on to the movies, but I was expecting this to be better than Ragnarok. Right? Ragnarok was not only my favorite Thor movie, but it was one of my favorite MCU movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Ragnarok had a perfect blend of also being a comedy, but while also hitting home with the serious notes. This one was the exact opposite for me. This one, I really didn't like this movie, man. I'm sorry, I really didn't like it. It was because, like, it's like Trae said, it was like a comedy that ran on too long. Like, I like funny Thor. I like the funny scenes of Thor in Ragnarok, but when it's like you have two serious storylines that you're trying to tell with the Jane Foster Mighty Thor, I can't even talk. The Jane Foster Mighty Thor storyline, and also the Gore the God Butcher storyline. Those are two very serious storylines. Cool, you don't want to take it backwards and do serious story. I understand that, but when you sacrifice the story for the sake of the jokes, it hurts. Like Troy said, like you get a chuckle every now and again. Like when for spoiler, when Thor plants Stormbreaker, right? And then he's waiting for someone to call him to battle, and then they call him to battle. He picks Stormbreaker up. Stormbreaker grew branches. That's funny. It is a chuckle because Stormbreaker is like the handle is a branch. So okay, that makes sense. But then when it continues, and then Thor rides off on Stormbreaker like the fucking wicked witch of the West, now that comedy is just carrying on, and then that first
That
scene,
was dumb. That pissed me off.
Yeah, but see,
That's
and,
where it
and-
started
but,
for me.
but,
That's
but
where it
right
started
then and
for
there,
me.
that's
where it
when I
started.
knew. Okay, I
But-
know what we're.
But
getting.
I will shoot the
Yes.
movie. I will shoot the movie some bail because I don't believe it's the comedy that pissed everybody off. I believe it's fatigue. Because, I said, if
hold on,
this
we're gonna get
movie
into that.
would have came out before
What?
Ragnarok, I feel like people would say the same thing about Ragnarok that they saying about this.
No, but no, hold up, and that's the thing about it. Cause I was looking back at both.
I feel that though.
And this movie and Ragnarok do have similar vibes. This one is more like it's stupid more, but they do have similar vibes. The thing about that is like when it got serious, it knew when to be funny and then when to get serious.
But Ragnarok, when was Ragnarok really serious?
You have the beginning with with Loki, Thor, and Odin. And then it become
When
then
they was
Hela
looking
breaks
for him?
out.
Yeah.
All the Hela scenes on Asgard are serious because she's out there killing everybody.
But
are serious. Then
those are still handled comedically. The dude was like Texas. Those were still handled comedically. With Carl Urban's character.
Yeah, but that's at the beginning of the movie. I'm talking about when Hela is on Asgard and then she's killing the Warrior 3 and then she's taking out the armies. And then the one dude, the one Asian dude that's been with part of the Warrior 3 when he's trying to stand on his own and she kills him. So most of the Hela scenes on Asgard, Hela looking for Heimdall and Heimdall hiding all the Asgardians. Like it
that was
balances.
the same thing that they did with Gore. All the Gore scenes were serious.
But
No,
they were
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But they were also darker and more serious than the Hela scenes.
Yeah, but see, if one movie has, say, 7 serious scenes wrapped into comedy, and then this one only has 2, but those 2 are really serious, I'm not gonna say, I think this was more serious.
I wouldn't say this one has less.
But
I do.
But even if you feel like it didn't have less, I feel like Ragnarok had a balance. It had a balance between the comedic funny and the serious tones of the movie.
Now, I actually think the opposite.
Oh man, we'll let you get to that.
Calm
down. We'll let you get to that. But it just seemed like it was just a running joke that never ended. Like it had storylines, but they didn't really hold weight. Because it did it for the Mighty Thor's character, for Jane's character. It really didn't seem warranted. So that's why we had to get the whole flashback scene so we can kind of get more of a feel for their love and stuff like that. Because really and truly, that was one of the weakest parts of the MCU coming in was Thor and Jane's relationship. It just seemed like, ooh, you're the hot girl. Ooh, you're the hot guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're together.
Yeah,
that's always been the
so now. But
this was the best that their relationship was.
Yeah, but see, because Jane had to be the emotional tie for Thor.
Yeah,
and that was the way her character works is because you had to feel the emotional tie that we haven't felt before.
Yeah.
So, damn, I lost my train of thought. But so with her character, it really seemed like it wasn't warranted. And then with Gore, I just felt like that was a missed opportunity because you had Christian Bale, who was killing it. He was acting his ass off.
He was doing his fucking thing, bro.
But it seemed like he did the best of what he had to work with. Like we didn't really see Gore that much. He wasn't. It didn't seem like he was the presence that he should have been. It didn't seem, and we didn't see him kill any gods.
And also, let me just before
besides
you go
the god
off,
in the first one.
And do you go?
In the beginning.
I
wish we would have seen that. Yeah,
I just also want to say that because I don't know if you've seen Jeremy's review. He also said that the fact that when Thor destroyed that whole palace,
that
seemed
that
just
was
like,
just
like why would you do like
yes
that's the backwards that's not
backwards. Yes, no,
I don't like that.
I didn't like shit
and
like that.
And that's the thing about it with Thor's
when it comes
character.
to the balance.
Yeah,
when it comes to
I didn't feel that in this movie.
So this is how I feel with the balance. I feel like this movie, the way people say Ragnarok had a better balance, I don't think it's true. If you pull up the plot synopsis of Balance, you're like, oh, this movie really didn't have much serious going on for it. It's just that the comedy in this one was such an over-exaggerated type of comedy. It had just as much comedy as Ragnarok. It's just the type of joke.
Before this movie, I wasn't even
I think
feeling
it's the
Ragnarok
style of
was that
comedy.
much.
Like this style of comedy,
it had way more comedy,
but it also had more serious. This is Ragnarok, the movie. The beginning scene is funny. It's him and Koldture. That fight is not taken seriously at all.
No.
But
right?
it's not. That's
Then Thor returns to
Midgard.
Asgard.
Oh, okay,
Also
Asgard.
funny.
Okay.
The shit with
Yeah,
Loki, finding out Loki kidnapped and Odin, nothing serious in that.
I said that.
Then they go looking for Odin, which is also just funny buddy cop type shit. They're looking for Odin. The scene with Doctor Strange is funny.
Yeah.
They find Odin, and it's all jokes until Odin dies. That's the first serious thing in, and we're like, what, 30, 40 minutes
about
in?
like 30 minutes into the movie.
Exactly. And that's the only scene, right? Then Hela shows up, and it's like a fight. It's like a, oh, snap moment, right? Then we immediately get to Qatar.
No, that's a little.
All
there's
whole
a
part
little
of the
scene because when Hela pulls up and then they go off to they're in the Bifrost, and then that's when you see them split. Then that's when we get into the scene where Hela pulls up, kills the Warrior 3, takes on. So
that's what I said. That whole Hela scene
right after that,
is equivalent to Gore's first scene, and then we go right to Qatar, which is all comedy.
We see Gore in the beginning though.
Exactly. I'm gonna get to that. Right.
Okay. Well.
So then we go to Qatar, which is like most of the movie until the final fight. We switch back to Hela.
It's hopping back.
We switch back to Hela, but we spend way more time on Qatar.
Yeah.
With Thor.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all funny.
That's the thing. With all that, it's still hopping back and forth between Hela
just like it did. But even the Hela scenes are just like it switched back to cool action scenes. There weren't really no serious emotional weight scenes. You never really felt the danger of Asgard. Like it didn't feel super serious.
Yeah, when Hela was
me.
coming in and taking everybody out and destroying everything, and
that
Odin's
that just felt like cool fights. That didn't feel like Asgard.
No, because the movie is like, Ragnarok. So then when you see her start,
but even
tearing down Asgard,
it did not feel that whole movie. It did not feel like Asgard was in danger from Hela.
I definitely disagree. I definitely disagree. With
I knew that her
yeah.
presence was just like, oh, this is cool, bad guy. It don't matter after this. Like, even though it was Ragnarok, clearly they weren't doing the Ragnarok story. Hela was not about to destroy Asgard. She wasn't going to win. I never felt like she was going to win, right?
Yeah, and I never felt like Asgard was going to be destroyed after
but not because of Hela. That's what I'm saying.
I did.
I didn't feel like Hela was going to win at all. Like, the way she was handled, even the fight scenes, like, okay, give her a cool fight scene. She's killing everybody. That's not important.
But even if she didn't win, like, I do agree with you. I don't feel like she was ever going to win in the movie, but
like she didn't kill anybody.
Was Ragnarok, so the Ragnarok is the destruction of Asgard. So I did feel her,
but that's
her
the
presence and her being there, and whatever she does is going.
Even the destruction of Ragnarok didn't feel serious. Even that didn't feel like, oh my god, Asgard is gone. It never felt.
Well, no,
like
remember, and then when they did, they covered it up with a joke.
Exactly. So most of the movie is Qatar, and then it switches to Hela doing a fight scene sometimes, right? But it never really felt just dark and never really felt serious. It felt cool. And so then after Qatar, that whole shit is funny. The shit with Hulk is funny. The shit with Valkyrie is funny. Them escaping is funny. They talking about orgies on the Grandmaster ship and all of that. And then we get to the final battle of Asgard, which is still a funny fight. Like in that final fight, we got Loki talking about your hero has arrived.
But see, that doesn't get funny until after Thor, because Thor and Hela already went at it, and then it doesn't get funny until Thor gets his upgrade.
It gets funny. It was funny immediately. The what's the name? Thor didn't get the upgrade before Hulk jumped out of the plane.
Yeah, because Bruce Banner fell out of the plane.
When he fell out the plane, just that happened before Thor got.
No, that happened before. That was after.
No, that was before. Because Thor didn't get his upgrade until
no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But him and Hela were already fighting. That's what I'm saying. Because remember, that's when he was they were fighting, and that's when she took his eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that only
and then it jumps.
No. The Bruce thing happened before she took his eye.
No, it was.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that happened before she took his eye.
I don't know. Take the time.
Let me see.
Well,
while he does that,
yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, man,
I don't know.
Like even that fight was funny. And so when people be like, no, Ragnarok was way more balanced, I don't think it was. I just think that the jokes, when it was joke time, was just like, oh my God, these are like the cringiest jokes. And I also stick to my point that if this movie came out before Ragnarok, people would have been like, oh my God, this is the best Thor movie ever, just because it was different from the first two.
I wouldn't be saying that. Nah,
I don't believe that because now people shitting on Taika Waititi's directing style when they praised it.
Because even
I love Ragnarok,
because if this would have came out before Ragnarok, the total shift in Thor's change would have been so like
It'd be
drastically
weird,
different.
yeah. Like,
But
he's a
that's what
stepdaddy
people
now.
praise. That's
No,
what
no,
people
no, no.
praise about
because
Ragnarok.
because see, and that's what I said. That's why I said
Thor
that
wasn't really
Ragnarok
serious.
had
Yeah,
more
I feel
balance
that.
because when Ragnarok came
Not
out,
Thor.
it was fun. It was still funny Thor, so it was a change for his character, but it still had those serious moments to latch on. And then we got Infinity War, which was back to serious
Depression,
Thor.
But
serious-
Thor
and
was
then-
the same
and then they-
dumbass
and then
character that they made him in this. He was that in Ragnarok.
No, he wasn't.
Nah,
Yes,
I
he
don't-
was.
He wasn't.
No,
That
he
dumb.
wasn't.
He wasn't that dumb
when-
in this.
Bro,
one, no.
when he first got to Qatar, all of that shit, and they was calling him Lord of Thunder and all of that
But
stuff.
that's not him.
And then he
that's
was
not
him doing
That's
and
not
then-
his
no, no,
character
no.
being a
and
dumbass.
then, and then he was talking to Valkyrie. Yeah, no, women. But he was the same
But
dumbass,
that's not him
bumbling
destroying the
That's
buffoon.
just
whole-
one scene, but that's
Yeah,
not the
like,
whole.
He was still a
character.
That's not the
bumbling
whole movie.
buffoon.
No, he was not.
I don't drink. He was a bumbling buffoon.
Not in
Because I say I
Ragnarok.
don't drink
Nah.
tea,
That shit was all making Thor like, oh, he's the
but
funny
that's
jock
known.
now.
But that's known for Thor fucking always drinking.
But
That's not
the
a
way-
change on his character.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
he
his-
wasn't a complete dumbass.
No,
in
the
this
way
movie.
Not
they
in
wrote his
Ragnarok.
character was the jock. He was the jock in that movie.
Not in Ragnarok.
He was the jock in that movie. He was silly that whole movie.
Nah.
Even the whole scene on Qatar was all Thor being funny, and everybody around him being funny.
But not as that wasn't as worse.
And then
as
they
him
did
being
it,
on
and they took
Midgard,
it-
doing the whole damn spiel, and him
That's-
doing random speeches.
That's what I'm
trying to-
saying. That's what I'm saying. But that character
Like, nah.
started. That character started in Ragnarok.
It did. It
Which
did
is why
start,
started,
and
but
people
it
praised
wasn't-
it.
But
And
that's what I'm
people
saying.
praised it.
It
That's
started,
what I'm saying.
But it wasn't. If
I think
he
if
would
this
have
movie
just
would've
been a
came out-
complete dumbass before Ragnarok
yeah,
came out,
this
that
would've-
tonal
yeah,
shift.
I don't
nah,
agree.
I don't
people would've
agree.
hated that
I don't
motherfucker.
agree. People
'Cause
were
he's
so
a
happy
complete-
about that
Because he's
tonal
a
shift.
complete dumbass.
He's not a complete difference from Ragnarok though, and
Yeah,
that's
to
the
me,
point.
yeah,
to me, he is.
Nah, he's not that different.
To me,
Ragnarok, I can watch that and watch this one and see exactly how that character presents. It don't feel like this movie changed so
No,
much
it
about
does
Thor.
to me.
He was literally a
does.
obese fat person in Infinity War, and people
Yes.
loved that the
Yeah,
whole
that's
time.
what they can't. That's what they kept with the fucking with the funny Thor shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's not that different. It's just
But-
we saw those scenes just like we
But
seen
I
in
didn't
this
like
one.
that shit.
Nobody
in
really
the-
liked that
in the
either.
game
Yeah, I didn't like
I'm
his
not
ass
gonna
being
say people didn't
fat.
like it. People
But
fucking
people-
I
like
like him
the
being-
comedic
But that's
Thor.
what I'm saying. But
But
y'all
I
didn't
was-
shit on that because that was
Yeah,
only
I
time too.
did.
Y'all didn't shit on that like y'all did this movie.
But that's the movie. You're talking about a character in another movie. But
Exactly.
I can shit about how he is in
I
this
think-
movie. Yes, I can say that.
I
I
think
feel like
this is
he's
just-
he's more of a complete dumbass.
Because even
than he
you,
was in
even you,
Ragnarok
even you,
compared to-
I had to bring it to your attention because you were like, "Oh, it's just MCU humor." And I was like, "You're not tired of MCU humor because you love Captain Marvel." I was like, "I think you're just tired of seeing Thor done this way."
But even
if this wasn't
but
the
even
third
Captain
time-
Marvel's not Miss Marvel's not as like
Miss
beat
Marvel-
down with the jokes and as funny as this
It is.
either.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's a different type of comedy, but it is all.
No, there
comedy.
is still MCU
It is
comedy
definitely-
in there, but
No,
I'm not saying
it's-
it's not fully fleshed
it's
out. It's
all
not like how
comedy.
this movie.
No,
was.
it's all comedy. Even when she got rescued by the Red Dagger, that next scene is all comedy. It's just a different type of comedy. Taika's style of comedy is like the over the top Beavis and Butthead comedy, and then this one is like high school humor.
But do we need
comedy.
that for Thor right now? In this
No,
point?
that's the point.
yeah.
We don't need
I'm
that
like,
for Thor.
don't make
But
sense.
that's what Taika's been doing with Thor. I think people are just turning on it now because now it's like, okay, we're tired of this for Thor. But I
he
don't
should've
think
stopped doing
yeah.
that. But yeah, but nobody
he's
was
not
addressed.
gonna-
Nobody was
But
addressing
he's not
that
going to
in
stop
the-
if everybody
Endgame.
complained about him being too serious, and then the first time we made him a buffoon, y'all loved it, and so it's like, okay,
But
well,
you
we gonna
can't
up
say
it.
that because people say that Thor and Infinity War is the best interpretation of Thor, and that's not comedic Thor.
And Thor's barely in that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's
Uh,
has
actually,
a huge part in that movie.
He's in that
No,
movie.
he
he
for
plays it.
majority.
He
Yeah, he's in
has
that movie a
screen
lot.
time.
plays a huge
He
part.
has an equal amount of screen time as a
Think
lot of people.
Think about Thor's scenes in that movie and think about how much, if that whole movie was Thor, there would have been more comedy. But actually think about that movie and think about all the times we see Thor. So we first see him when he's grieving Thanos. He kills Thanos and then,
because we see him in the beginning of the movie.
exactly, which has to be serious, right? We're
Uh-huh.
balancing other characters,
and
right?
then we see him again with the Guardians.
Yes. Looking for the
That's the spot
where he can
the
go
spot.
to Nivedalire,
Then
Yeah,
the
right?
then
which is
then the
kind of the
Neverlayer
only
scene.
comedy,
Then
which is
and then-
kind of the only comedy we get.
Mhm.
And then after that, it's
And then Neverlayer scenes.
it's
And then-
Nevedalire, which
and
he's
then he
making
comes
the
to
weapon.
Asgard. Yeah, that's about
And
and
then
then amount of
Asgard.
time as everybody else got.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're done that way, that's not Thor's movie. He's not in it that whole movie. So of course it looks like, okay, this is more balanced. Yeah, because Thor's being balanced around a whole bunch of other characters. But Infinity War
if
is still
Ragnarok
funny.
Thor was in there and he was just a goofball, like how it was in
But
Endgame.
he can't though.
If every
He
time
can't.
we see him, but he did it in Endgame and I didn't like it. Every time you see him, he's a goofball. I don't like that.
But see, that's the thing. In Infinity War, it's like, okay, we don't have to make him funny all the time because we got all these other funny scenes that don't involve Thor. The movie is still funny. But now with this one, this is a Thor movie. So all the funny scenes will be Thor.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You see what I'm saying?
But all
That's the
Thor
thing.
scenes besides the end scene in Endgame was all funny Thor. When he's talking about the,
but in Endgame,
when he's talking about the
he's also
stones, and then when
he's
go,
also
him and
barely
Rocket,
in Endgame.
He's barely in it.
And he don't really have an arc in Endgame besides to get powerful.
Well, no,
but
they
he's
had-
in
he
Endgame.
was in
He
Endgame,
played,
man.
he
Yeah, he
still
was
plays
in
a
it.
part. You can't say
but
like,
most of the movie,
it's not like Captain Marvel. You can say Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel was
really
like
not
in the movie.
what's Thor's scenes in Endgame?
Where he's talking about, okay, so when they first go to New Asgard and then he's in the funny, he's in the video game scenes and he's seeing all that shit with him and Korg.
He's
and
depressed.
then he's talking about
They're
the
doing the
Infinity
debrief.
Stones
Yeah,
and
they're
he's
the
doing the
debrief.
whole Jane scene. And then him and
the whole
Rocket.
Jane scene.
Remember when he's talking about the Infinity Stones and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I had the
The
Soul
debrief.
Stone and it went into
The mission.
the debrief shit. The
Yeah.
debrief mission. And then you have the scene with him and Rocket. And they go to Asgard and how that whole thing plays out. And then when they come back, and then that one scene where he's like, "Oh, I got to do this. This is my destiny." When before Hulk puts on the gauntlet, and then,
exactly.
and then it
that's
gets
at the end of the
serious
movie.
threat.
That's at the end. What's most of Endgame? The time travel scenes.
Right.
Thor's not in none of that.
He's in
No,
the
he
he's in
went
the
back to- yeah,
Asgard.
he
They
went
went.
back
Him
to-
and
Oh
Rocket
yeah.
went back
You're
to
right.
Asgard.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that scene was emotional when he ran into his mom.
But it's not like
But
it's
it was
funny.
comedic.
and
It
it's
was
not
comedic
like-
through the whole time.
yeah.
That whole beat,
but
that
also-
one beat was the time it was
and his character has more of an arc in Infinity War than Endgame. That's what I'm saying.
It's balanced. It's balanced.
I don't
both.
think so. He didn't
I think
really
it's balanced both.
in Infinity War. That movie can't happen without Thor's specific arc. The only thing his arc needed to do in Endgame was just to get the fucking was just to get Mjolnir. Like his arc was just as equal as everybody else's. But Infinity War was actually like, no, we're doing something with Thor. But it was still balanced out. But Endgame was all funny Thor because Thor didn't really need those. The emotional beats were given to like Tony. And you know what I'm saying? Like the emotional beats of the movie was like Tony and Nebula. Especially Nebula.
But if they're your emotional ties, you can't say that Thor.
But Thor isn't Thor is an
like,
emotional tie in Infinity War though. He's written that way to be one of the characters with the emotional ties.
Like the person that you feel has gone through the most.
Yeah, like the person that you like, we need to beat Thanos through the eyes of Thor because they're showing a lot of Thor going through it. But also, that means, okay, these funny scenes are going to be most of these other characters. And Endgame is like, okay, well, the emotional beat is mostly going to be Nebula and this. So now all these funny scenes will be Thor scenes. Yeah. Because he's not the emotional beat of this movie. It's just a different balance. It's a different balance, but it's the same type of writing they've been doing. But now we get Thor.
I'm not.
But
I never disagree with you. That I just felt like that's why I say I felt like Ragnarok had a more balance than Love and Thunder. I never said it wasn't the same type of shit.
Yeah, but that'll be like, you know, but that's for any character.
Like
that's
Thor,
for any character.
I do feel like Thor is more of a dumbass and he's more of Thor 1 than he is in this movie. But
not even Thor 1, bro.
No, he's like
he's like an arrogant ass.
No, he's a buffoon. It's not even an arrogant ass. He's just a buffoon.
He's just doing
like the shit, like the shit with the building. He's like, we just told you how important that is. Why would he just fly through it?
That doesn't make
like
sense.
That type of stuff was like, I mean,
come on now.
But honestly, I mean, but it's a balance though, because like we said, okay, what y'all want then?
Just some.
What y'all want?
I want King Thor. That's what I want.
See, now people just mad because they want specific things.
Yeah.
But like
I
now,
just
what
feel
y'all
like
want?
it's a balance. I just want a balance of both. Like I do.
But see, a full Thor movie can't be Infinity War's Thor because it has to be written differently. We can't put all the comedy on somebody else. Writing. Well, yeah, true.
Because so now you just come because you can. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
And now it just comes down to the writing, and it's like you can write that's why I don't want to shit on funny Thor because I like funny Thor to a T.
I do.
That's just to a T. I need a balance. I don't want it to just be like I said, you sacrifice your story and the character development for the sake of jokes and making them funny.
I don't think they sacrifice his character development.
It does because we've been with Thor for 10 years.
But that's not just the movie because of the jokes. Thor's had the same characters since
But
So that's
see,
what I'm saying. This was the
that's
movie
bad,
we
that's
want.
still
That's
bad
bad.
writing. That's
But-
just not
yeah,
bad writing
yeah.
on this movie,
That's
but that's
not-
bad writing.
Yeah,
in
that's
general.
bad writing in general. But that's
general.
not them sacrificing his arc because of jokes. They sacrifice his arc just because they keep telling the same story with him.
Yeah.
That's not
In
because of
general,
the
yes.
jokes. That's just every movie Thor's looking,
But then they're always,
trying to find who Thor is. Every single movie since Dark World. He's been trying to find who Thor truly is.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's just the way they write in that character.
Yeah.
But I would like to see more serious Thor for some of the stories that they tell him, but
So
everybody
that's
complained
all I
about
asked,
1
but
and
yes.
2.
and that's the thing about it. It's like Thor. This is the first solo character who's gotten his 4th movie, and I feel like with that God Butcher storyline, like even though you say it couldn't, or no, actually that we said we could, but this should have felt like Thor's Infinity War. Like this
Yeah,
should
but
have been
everybody-
like the big bad. Like okay,
Yeah.
this.
But
is
none
a
of the
threat.
solo movies feel like that.
But
Yeah.
it don't have to. Like
Yeah.
none of the solo Spider-Man films felt like that. But Spider-Man 3 felt like okay, this is Peter's end game for in the realm of Spider-Man.
But that's only because we chalk up that movie, but that's only because of the cameos.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have felt like that if they wouldn't have brought in a Green Goblin and all of that shit from other universes. That's the only reason we like.
Well,
the plot
nah,
is just
because-
as basic as
because-
every solo
nah,
Marvel
because
movie.
if
I agree.
the stakes were still the same and he still took on the Sinister Six, and at the end of that movie he still becomes the Spider-Man that we know.
It wouldn't
Now
have got
that feels like
it
a
wouldn't
total
have that-
remake.
it wouldn't have
wouldn't have
that
did
in-
what it wouldn't have did what this one's doing.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have did what
not
this
with
one's
having
doing.
bringing 2 of your.
It wouldn't have did what-
Spider-Man that
No,
we
I'm
grew
not
up
saying the
on.
nostalgia
You know what I mean?
didn't help, but
Yeah.
I'm saying overall,
Not even just
like,
nostalgia,
if-
just overall hype. The Daredevil shit,
Yeah.
all the
That's one
like,
of 'em.
just the overall hype of what people wanted to see. Everybody got everything that they wanted to see in this movie
Pretty much.
that had nothing to do with the plot. Nobody gave a fuck what the plot was about. There was just things that people wanted,
We wanted
to
to
see
see
going
William
in this
Dafoe
movie.
with no
we want to
mask.
see Toby. We want to see Andrew. We want to see Daredevil. We want to see Willem Dafoe. We want Doc Ock is a cool plus. Jamie's a cool plus. We just want to see those things, and everybody got everything that they wanted to see.
Pretty much.
And I feel like that's why they loved
that was literally a fan
movie
service
so much.
movie. Yeah,
Because
fan
that is
service.
that's one of my favorite movies of
Yeah.
this, but it was
it
just
is.
a fan service movie.
Literally.
But how do you make fans happy? Fan service.
Yeah.
But other than that, nobody's moving. And that's the hard thing about doing what they do. Like, maybe they have to change the structure and stop doing like, oh, it's the solo movie, and then we lead up to the big group thing. Because in
but it
comics,
have to be a group thing. That's what I'm saying. Like
You
when
can
I,
still
but,
do
but,
that,
But when I'm
but
saying
we-
Thor's Infinity War, I mean like how Thanos' presence was like. Oh,
So you
shit,
wanted
this is
Thor's-
bad.
but no,
This one to feel
I
like
wanted
Captain
Thor-
America.
but that's
like,
what
I
I'm saying,
wanted.
but-
Yes, I wanted this to
Yeah.
be like okay, this is like how Civil War was.
but that's
Captain
what I'm
America's
saying. That's
finale.
what I'm saying. Even Civil War felt like, okay, but this ain't. It didn't feel like Endgame. It didn't feel like a finale to me.
felt
And
like
it don't-
It
and
felt
not
like
really,
it felt
yeah.
like a between the comic book written page for the next movie that was coming out. And so what I'm saying is what I said by maybe they have to rethink the structure when we already know, okay, it's this and then this and this, and then we just build into the next team up. You can't make something really feel like the end game because we know it's not that important. So if we do a Gore storyline where in the comics Gore wins, in the comics Gore wins and there's a bunch of time travel and he has to pull up with 3 Thors, that is a movie series in itself. But you can't do that when it's like we just got to get Thor's movie in there because we got to
That's
get
like
to the
2
next
parts.
Avengers.
Yeah.
That would be 2 Thor movies.
That'd be like 2 parts.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
but you could do that.
You could have. They could have.
They could, but
'Cause
you
if you're
got to
telling
redo
because
the
remember
structure.
the whole point.
You got to
this whole
but
thing,
you have to redo the structure
You
of
do.
the MCU because
What?
if we're gonna do it and Gore wins and then we're gonna tell a bunch of other just MCU stories.
Not necessarily, because if Gore is just Thor's big bad, right? Say Gore wins at the end of this, and then the next time we see Thor,
That affects things.
say if they were give us another Thor before we get an Avengers movie.
That's what I'm saying. You got to change all these structures.
But they've
If
already
Gore
said
wins
we're not
today-
getting. They already said we're not getting Avengers movie. So do you? Okay,
No.
okay. Let me ask you that. Do you think we're getting another Thor movie before we get another Avengers?
Good question.
I don't even think we getting really an Avengers movie. I don't think the team up really gonna be Avengers. It's gonna be something, but I don't think they like. I don't think it's gonna be called Avengers
They're gonna do
Secret
the
Wars.
Defenders
I
or
think it's just
something.
gonna be called Secret Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't really know how long before we actually get the Avengers.
But
What
okay,
I'm saying
so for
is-
a team up, do you think we're getting another Thor movie before we get a team up?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
You don't think so?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So
Maybe not.
I just don't like the way this ended. Then
Because it look like
Yeah.
think about it.
Tells
If
me
they do
that.
it that way, Gore wins in this, right? Now that's somewhere we're stuck. At the end of the MCU, the way they're going right now is they have to do the Family Guy. Things change for the bigger universe, but the characters kind of have to end up back at the same spot so that they can be where we need them to be.
But you
for
can.
the
But
next
you
time.
can. That's the
But
thing.
not something
that's how
that
you change the
big. Not
structure.
something that big.
Because, like I said,
For
you
example,
do it in
if
two
Infinity
parts,
War comes out and then we do the Captain Marvel movie and the Captain Marvel movie is set after Infinity War, that changes what the Captain Marvel movie has to be about. That's what I'm saying. So if something to the level of Gore taking over and killing everybody, killing all gods, if that happens, and then we decide to just go back into the regular MCU, they have to change what those movies
if
do.
we're going back into the regular MCU. If
They
you
would have to.
If you
They would
change
have
the
to with
structure-
Blade coming out and Fantastic Four coming out and
But
fucking
no, but that's
everything
something
else
that don't
coming out.
happen on the planet. That's what I'm saying. That what
But
Gore
Gore-
could have still
but Gore-
been the big bad for Thor,
But Gore-
and
no,
that still don't affect
because
nothing
Gore
that happens
kills
on Earth.
all the gods, and that affects everything. Gore kills damn near all gods, and that affects everything. It's so bad that they have to literally do what they did to Thanos.
But see, and then with that, you can just show the residual effects that happens. The same shit as what we complain about with Eternals. It's like, why the fuck do we never talk about Eternals?
Exactly. But do you see what I'm saying? You just said then you would have to show the residual effects. You would have to literally feel Gore's darkness in every movie.
Yeah.
That changes
Like
the way
that.
we have to write every single movie right then.
Yeah.
So no, these movies have to be we get this villain in and we get this villain out.
yeah, and that's
The way they've been writing their movies. Not saying it's right or wrong, but the way they've been writing their movies, we have to get this villain in and we have to get this villain out.
Yeah.
When it's the level of like Gore and Hela. With like a Killmonger, you could have just brought him back because like he can't. This nigga not finna affect the world. You know what I'm saying? So you could have killed him. But when it comes to like Gore, you know what I'm saying, killing all the gods and all of that, that's stuff that should hold more weight.
And then let me ask you this: how many gods did he even really kill? Any gods in this one?
He killed
One,
gods, but they didn't
one.
show any.
He
of
killed
it.
one guy.
He killed one
No,
that
he
we
killed
saw.
two. The one in the beginning, and then that big ass.
Well,
giant
they hinted that he killed more. I believe
they hinted at it. So
Yeah.
no, he didn't.
No,
kill all the
we
guys.
didn't. They only showed two dead gods in the movie. But like when they was watching him on the
Yeah, he
footage,
was
they was
like-
like he's killing gods, like he's killing more gods. So assuming he killed more, but no, like his kills in the comics are like fucking epic. So,
Exactly.
but can't see that because we also doing the Mighty Thor,
But
and that was one
also-
of my favorite scenes in a Thor movie.
But
Which
that's
When she was in the hospital bed.
that title run wasn't going on around the same time as the Gore series was going on.
What you mean?
That Jane
Nah, I
Foster
think it came out
before or after?
I believe.
Mighty Thor.
Yeah, that came out
No, it came
before
out- yeah, it came out before
Gore, the
God
God
Butcher?
Butcher. Yeah.
I'm
thought they
not
were around
sure.
the same
God
time,
Butcher's
so,
not that old.
Okay.
Well, that
No, it's not. Oh, but which one came out before first?
I'm like, is it the God Butcher that brings what's it called?
what?
Turns Jane to the Mighty Thor?
Yes, because I think at the end of that series, or at the end of the God Butcher series, the Mjolnir is destroyed. And
But
then
at the end of the God Butcher stories,
That's when he becomes-
leads right into Noel, though, right?
yeah,
Not immediately.
Not immediately, but-
I think he still goes through the unworthy Thor.
yeah,
Part.
the golden arm.
Because he has to beat. Oh no, it was Dylan. It was Dylan.
Mhm.
Because I was like, no, because they had to go back in time and shit. But no, they did that twice. They did that again with Dylan. Niggas had to go. I don't remember which one is first, but don't matter. I think they should have been their own separate movies. Also, like, even though I don't necessarily agree with the fact that it was more balanced, I do just feel like the comedy in this movie was too much of that type of comedy.
At least you agree with that point. Though.
That's what I agree with, because it was a different type of comedy. Whereas Ragnarok, I really feel like it's more like, not more of a comedy, but I feel like it has more comedic scenes than serious versus this one.
Damn, that's
However,
crazy.
Ragnarok has like, okay, this is a funny scene.
Right.
This is okay, I just figured out how I want to break it. So Ragnarok has this whole scene is funny. This whole scene is funny. Whereas that still don't mean it has more serious scenes than Love and
I feel
Thunder.
it does,
But the scene, this whole scene in Ragnarok is funny. Whereas in Love and Thunder, there's really no funny scenes. It's funny scenes, but like technically, it's like the scene is not funny. they are telling jokes. They are telling a joke and then a joke and then a joke and then a joke and then a joke. So it's not a comedic situation.
That's not a funny scene though.
No. Think about what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? It's like Family Guy. It's like Family Guy versus American Dad.
Okay.
Would you say American Dad has more seriousness than Family Guy? Family Guy do, but American Dad, the funniness is like the scene is funny.
Yeah.
Whereas American Dad is like fucking stand-up comedian,
All the time.
spit.
Cutaways,
Or Family Guy. It's like stand-up comedian,
yes.
spitball, joke.
Pretty
It
much.
feels like you're watching a stand-up comic in this movie.
Pretty much.
So instead of like, oh, that was a funny scene, and then a serious scene, it feels like there were more funny scenes because they tried to cram 80,000 jokes in that one scene.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
what did it for me.
Like the speech scene. How many jokes were in that scene?
Man,
A lot.
Whereas
like-
that's still a funny scene. Whereas if they would have took all those jokes, that still would have been a funny scene, and then they could have got to something serious. It wouldn't have felt like so much comedy
Yeah.
if Thor wouldn't have to say something funny, and then Jane would have to say something funny, and then Tessa had to say something funny, and then Mjolnir with the shit. Like the whole Mjolnir thing, that was good for like one joke, and then they kept going
And it kept
with the
running
like the
on.
love triangle and shit like that. So I think that better explains
It's like
what
a
I was.
running joke.
That's
It's a
better what I
constant
explained.
running
that's what it was for me, bro.
That yeah, I think that better explains how I feel about the movie. Is I don't necessarily think that one was more funny and more serious than the other. I just feel like the way comedy was handled in this one, it felt like Taika just wrote a joke and then 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 a joke, and he put it all in those scenes. So then the serious scenes was like serious, but then it was like, okay, but now the next comedy scene
It's coming
is going to
up.
be
Coming
joke
up, yeah.
after joke after joke
Yeah.
after
You can't
joke
even-
after joke,
bro.
and then the goat's going to yell, and then Thor's going to be naked for some
Exactly.
reason,
Bro.
and then all of this shit.
Literally, bro. Like,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Yes,
What was
yes.
pissing me off about it, bro.
Yeah, so I do agree though. I don't think this was an MCU humor thing. I think this was a Taika humor, and Taika's great at what he does, and he's usually really good with blending serious and comedy. If you've seen any of his other work,
Yeah.
he's really good at that. But I
This
think
one
with
was it for me.
I
bro.
think with him getting a hold to a character like Thor, and then the director like Taika, it's like he can just go crazy.
And do whatever.
And it's like, oh, so mystical and all that, and it's just too much for Thor specifically. I think Taika would write the hell out of Captain Marvel. I mean, not Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But it's like for Thor,
It don't really
the type
work.
of stories that they're doing, I wanted to see be more serious. Even though people complained about serious Thor, I wanted to see the Gore God Butcher storyline be more serious.
I think we
definitely
only
agree with
complained
that.
about that in the beginning because we just wanted to see if Chris Hemsworth had some humor, or you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean.
It was
That
just
was it,
no,
bro.
it just
The first,
felt.
we didn't even get that much humor in the first two, so it's just like
The first Thor is still one of my favorite Thor movies, but
Oh,
people
yeah.
don't like it. Like it was like Shakespearean. It felt different than all the MCUs.
yeah.
But I don't know. I guess people found it boring. Like I don't know, or
I
people found the character not interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would never was one of the ones complaining about
I
it
like
too
the
serious.
I still like the first one.
And the second one, I only hated it because of it wasn't the serious tone that turned me off from the second one.
That
it was
one
the
was just
villain.
boring. Yeah, the villain
And it was boring.
Yeah.
It was like boring in just the second one, but people took that as like, okay, we need to joking it up. Also, the MCU just in general is getting more lazy with the way they write. Like they're doing what works, but they're not doing it as structured.
as they used to before.
So, I mean, how do y'all feel? I'll ask y'all this, and then we can move on from Thor. But Taika is doing Star Wars.
I don't know about that. No,
I don't know, man.
it's like I really don't
don't
know
know.
now.
But it depends on what Star Wars story he's telling, right? He could
That's
do a
true.
little, you know what I'm saying? Because he could do a little
True.
funny Star Wars story.
yeah, I
as long
mean,
as it's
if
not- right?
if he does a little
Same-
funny Star story,
same
it
thing
might
I
be
feel
cool.
about him in Marvel right
But
now.
he can't
Is
take on
I
those
just don't
serious
want to. I
properties.
don't want to see.
Don't
him,
give him nothing serious then.
I want to see Thor handled by somebody else right now. And I love Taika. I just want to see because Ragnarok, even for me, even when everybody was like, "Oh, Ragnarok was so great," and it is, but even still, I was like, "Yeah, but I wish this story was more serious." But I guess this is cool. At least it's a breath of fresh air,
Yeah,
and that's
But
why
I
everybody
wasn't
liked
saying
it.
that as much as I was.
No, I was
thinking
saying
this
that.
movie,
No, I
bro.
was saying that for sure because I was excited
Okay.
from the moment they announced Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes, because not only am I an MCU fan, I'm just a Greek. I'm just a not Greek, Norse.
Norse
Well,
mythology.
mythology in general.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just a fan. And so when they announced Ragnarok, I'm like, oh yeah. But then it was funny, and I was like, well, it was good because it's better than the other Thors.
Mhm.
But I still wish it was a different movie than
Serious
it actually
story.
was.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Well, so asking y'all this, where do y'all rank this within the MCU movies?
Of this
that's
new
too much.
phase, yeah, are we just
MCU movies,
like,
period.
just this
All right, we
phase?
can do,
And,
we can do
what are
this
you doing?
phase. Keep it small and do this phase.
No, I can do it generally. If you want me to do it generally, I put it around the same as I put like Ultron.
Yeah, like
and
what
shit
tier?
like
What
that.
tier?
Yeah, like whatever tier I put, like Ultron
Age of Ultron.
and
I
like
put it around that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 type thing.
I like it better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do that.
I
But
do-
It's still in that tier though.
But
Like
it can
you said,
still
it's in
be
that
in
tier.
that tier.
You
It's
can
in
still
that
like
tier.
it
That's
more,
why
but it's still in that tier.
It's
That's what
literally
it
in
is.
that
It's
tier.
in
Well,
that
then
tier.
I have to change it because Ultron ain't in that tier. I like
No,
Ultron
Ultron's not
slightly
good.
better.
I like
than
Ultron
those.
both.
Well, no,
both
Ultron
movies.
can still be in that tier.
Nah,
it could be the
nah.
best movie in that tier.
I
Because-
agree
because
with
that
that,
tier
but
is like
yeah.
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What else is in
2s,
Ultron's?
The Ant-Man and the Wasp. The like
Yeah.
what would be in Age of Ultron would be like the first Ant-Man,
First Guardians.
Doctor Strange 1.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange 1.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah. Okay.
Let me
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Like
Okay, I can work
shit
with that.
like that.
So the tier below that.
Yeah.
Then.
tier below that would
Like,
be like
The Iron Man 3.
this one,
fucking
Iron Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Ant-Man,
Guardians
all
of the
that.
I
Galaxy
can do that.
2.
I can do. I can.
That's
agree
how- that's
with that.
how
I
I
can
do
agree
it.
with that. I can agree
So
with that.
bad. Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Good.
I saw that. I saw that shit. Ready to get
We're going
to
to the next shit.
Oi himself.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's talk about some shit that did please us.
Jesus.
Yeah. Then I'll talk about great fucking television.
Right.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Makes you a soup for 24 hours. You're gonna need it.
The whole point of what we do is that no one should have that kind of power.
For once, I'll level the fucking playing field.
I show people the real me. I mean, they fucking love me.
I'm satisfied, man. Oh my
Pretty
god.
happy with it.
What you think about Noir? Spoiler alert. Dying. Fan? Not a fan? Don't really care.
I really didn't.
It don't really,
didn't really-
affect me now. Yeah, I know he dies different in the comics, or his whole character
I don't know
arc
how
is
he
He's the
completely
last boss,
different.
I believe.
Oh,
in the
wow.
comics.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he's the one who like fucks Homelander up.
Interesting. I need to see
They
that.
end up beating. I think he ends up being the villain of the whole comic series.
Nah, it's
Noir?
him. He
Yeah.
ends up fucking up Homelander, and then Butcher kills them, both of them.
Oh,
I need to see that. I need to read that series. But yeah.
But yeah,
well,
I
that's
wasn't-
better. That's a dumb twist anyway. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't do that.
but I'm not mad at him. He had a decent character arc,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm not too mad.
I
at
got
that.
more of his character arc in this one
Um,
though. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah, he got a lot more backstory that I was hoping
That I
to
didn't see.
So I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that. The Maeve shit, I thought that was still just dumb as fuck. I hate that shit.
yeah,
with
Maeve
a
should have
passion.
died.
Yeah, bro, because now
If
it
she,
really don't
if
make
the
sense
blast
for her.
turned her human and then she survived that fall, I don't know how. To
That
get
don't.
That's,
How
that
did
was
that
my
happen?
thing. That was my thing. How
'Cause
are you?
They were
mid-fall?
on. They were clearly on like the 72nd floor.
Bro.
Like,
Bro.
they established that Homelander wipes out your powers
Yes.
from his blast.
No, Soldier Boy.
Oh yeah, Soldier Boy wipes out your powers. How do you survive that? They just
You can't.
and how did you know where she
Shouldn't.
landed? Where she landed?
They never.
Because then they like
showed
find her like in a back alley and
it. No, they found it in a dumpster. Yeah.
How do you fall? How do you get to a dumpster? Like,
How did it happen?
I don't know. It didn't make sense. That's how
But-
it happened.
Yeah, but
But
So
other
that
than
that was stupid. But other than that, I love what they did with Soldier Boy.
loved Soldier Boy.
I
And-
did go into this season thinking next season was going to be the last one. And
That's
now,
how I
now
feel like
don't
too.
think so
agree.
anymore.
I still feel that way, but
I
if
think
it's not,
the season after
Is the
maybe.
final
yeah, that's what I'm
season.
saying. That's what I was gonna say.
That's the final
If it's
season, yeah.
not, then season 6 would be the last. But you can tell it is already coming to an end.
Yeah, or
Well,
starting
yeah.
to get to that.
They
end
starting
point.
to already fuck up Homelander. They're already trying to tarnish Homelander's image.
But they
and
didn't.
drive
Not
him
really in
crazy.
this
They
one, though.
didn't. It
Not really.
reset. That's what
Yeah.
people was complaining about.
Yeah,
They was
this
like,
one
oh,
they
so
did
it
it.
just reset at the end of this
Yeah.
season.
Oh yeah, because people love him.
Homelander's back loved. Nobody can stop him. He's politically and socially more influential than ever.
and he got
Soldier
son.
Boy's back gone. The only thing that could kill Homelander's back gone.
Mhm.
And
He has a son now.
the boys is just back regrouping. Like, okay, now they got to come up with a whole new plan.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
very much.
like a reset.
It's like back to season 1.
Oh, it's like Umbrella Academy.
Yeah,
We
but
keep
at least
resetting that shit.
Umbrella Academy. at
It's gonna
least-
be the same thing,
But
though.
at least the boys like drew before they reset. They drew it out a little bit.
The ride was fun.
Yeah,
the ride was
Umbrella.
fun.
It's every season is a reset.
Oh,
And
see,
it's
I didn't
like,
know that. Y'all want me to watch this show, so
I mean,
Nah, still check it
it
out.
is
On
cool.
Go check it
It
out.
is, but knowing you,
I mean,
I
you
already
making
know
me not.
there's cliches you're already gonna pick up on.
Yeah.
But no, it's still a good show
Still a
overall.
good show.
It's like, I mean, that's fine.
like
Sometimes if
Naruto
I don't take
right
it
now.
too seriously.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with that show, it's like, nah, you don't gotta take it too serious. I mean, it's already outlandish off rip, so it's like it's just a fun time. Just enjoy yourself.
We're definitely just sidetracked. The music segment will definitely be a segment on its own.
Yeah,
because,
I can see that.
Because the people that are watching, you can cut this whole part out. The people that's watching that don't give a shit about comics,
Oh yeah,
we've lost them. We've lost them all.
They've been gone.
Gone. We an hour and 15 in. Like Lee Dave, my cousin, he out of there now. Yeah. So the music segment is definitely one. Let's make that a good discussion.
That's
and
the point of having a great show. You got bits and pieces for everybody.
Exactly. So you ain't got to sit through the whole thing.
Well,
back to the boys.
So how do y'all feel about Huey and Butcher getting powers?
Well, Huey, it seems like it's just going to be fine because he just stopped taking it before he went overboard. Butcher, they're either going to kill this nigga or he going to take permanent V, I guess.
So you don't think he was going to get permanent V no more?
No, I think he was going to be fine. He stopped before it started killing him. Well, Butcher stopped him before he took the last deadly dose.
Yeah.
And then the whole story of him at the end was he didn't take it. Instead, he realized he could still be useful without taking the V. Yeah. So he didn't take the last dose. So I guess I think he'll be fine now. Butcher, do we think he's going to die for real?
I do.
I do believe at the end
of the show or at this season.
End of the show.
I
don't think they're going to continue the show without Butcher.
I need him in the end. I want him to actually just be kind of hard.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, he's been, besides from like Huey and all his shit, he's been the main focal point. So then if he's missing,
well, him and Huey, but him missing will be
he's the majority. Like that's what I'm saying. Besides from Huey and like the other shit,
because I would say Huey's the majority, because it starts with Huey and all about Huey feeling. Like it starts with Robin being run through.
Yeah,
but Butcher like.
But then it also
I'm not saying it's all Huey.
From,
like if Huey's 60%, Booker
what happened to Becca.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And then he lost her. Now
that's what I mean. But it's always about like the way. Really, up until this season, they've always characterized Butcher and made us feel the way they wanted us to feel about Butcher by how he reacted by Huey. Like him shitting on Huey is what tells them the storyline. So to me, if Huey's like 60, then Butcher's like 55. Like it ain't like a big difference, but I do feel Huey's kind of the main character.
But I feel like
Butcher is too important to.
But see, even with Huey's character, well, to me personally in the show, it seems like Huey is Butcher's anchor. So they've established how good Huey is. So then we're like when we see their relationship, it's like, oh man, Huey's there to support Butcher. He's his emotional weight. Huey's trying to keep Butcher from not becoming the monster that we know he is.
Yeah.
It's always tied to Butcher.
I think it kind of shifts though, because I think Starlight may have been a little bit of the main character last season.
Really?
Or season 2. One of them. Whenever we really going through what she's going through in Vought, we spend a lot of
season
time.
1.
She's a main character, but not to the
but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's been
Huey and
I don't feel like
that's like saying like MM.
Because what I feel like is if you take Huey out, it's the show suffers just as much as if you take Butcher out.
Yeah,
that's what I
do agree with you.
Whereas like MM and Frenchie is like, okay, it'd hate to see those characters go.
But I feel like if Starlight wasn't a big ideal, she wouldn't impact the show as much as Huey and Butcher.
No. She's still not as much of she'd be like third place.
She is a main character, like but she's place. Like it's really Huey and Butcher. And I think it might be Butcher number 1 and then Huey number 2. But Huey's
I'm opposite, but I can see it.
See
both ways.
sides.
Yeah. I'm not really arguing it. I'm flipped, but I think the difference is so minor that it don't really matter. Like. But
so how do I feel about Soulja Boy?
Bro, they introduced a character that I love, not because we love him, because
we're supernatural.
We agree with him fucking his views and shit like that. No, it was an entertaining character when he was on screen, and I'm a Jensen Ackles fan because I was a Supernatural fan, and I just want to see more of that character. And I love seeing fucking Homelander be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like I love seeing him feel powerless. Like that was
like that. Like that.
when
scene we were
he
talking about when
grabbed
he grabbed his
something
chin.
so small. It was like, yo, look at Homelander's face, bro. He really looked like his life just flashed before his eyes, and he couldn't take his hand off of him.
And it's crazy about how they built Homelander, because it's like they've literally established to where everybody is in fear of Homelander, and then seeing the opposite where it's like,
and see, that's why Soulja Boy can't stay.
Yeah, because
we didn't build up Soulja Boy.
Yeah, and now every time he comes around, Homelander tucks his tail in between his legs, like he's like a scared little puppy.
It's like that's why, because like we built up Soulja Boy, but we didn't build him up like we built up Homelander. So it's like we built up Homelander as like the most dangerous person on the planet, and then we introduced somebody in one season. It's like, nope, he's worse.
Yeah,
but that only serves as his only purpose was to put a crack in Homelander's facade.
Yeah.
And for his whole purpose, I feel, was for two things: to psychologically damage him even more.
Yes. Yes.
And for the main characters to see
him
a weak Homeland for the first time.
And scared and just
that's
fear.
what
him scared.
That's what Soulja Boy. It was
yeah.
to give. It was like a pep talk, like,
bro. When Maeve
like
told
it
him,
can be done,
and with everything, and with everything we saw with Butcher and Huey fighting them, and
it's like,
because remember he's always been
head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah, so then now there's people on your level that can actually bring harm to you, and that affects them.
So it was like that. That's what the purpose of Soulja Boy, I think, was to just fuck him up worse, make him an even shittier person. By making him a better person.
Yeah, in a sense, kind of.
Yeah.
Because now it's like he really cares about Ryan, but he's still a piece of shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, even Anthony Starr, the actor, he was like, bro, no, home. It was like, you think we can see him get redeemed?
No.
And Anthony Starr's like, nah, Homeland is an irredeemable piece of shit. I don't care how much he loves his son. You can love your son and still be a fucking horrible piece of shit that needs to die.
Yeah.
Not saying people need to die. Some people do. But yeah, so yeah, I think that was his purpose, which is now why I'm like, they might actually leave Soulja Boy off the table next season, which also makes me, but they did leave the door open, which also makes me think this isn't the last season, because I don't think they'd run back to Soulja Boy right again, or else
I feel like he might be gone,
or else y'all shouldn't have froze him. If y'all gonna literally run right back, unlock the key, it's just like,
and then even at that, if they go back, they release him, and then they beat him within the same season, or he disappears. It's
a rehash. There's no point in freezing him again if it's gonna pick right up and y'all gonna unthaw him again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it just, nah.
He could have just been off somewhere, and then they found him later on.
It would give me the same feeling as like when Loki took over Asgard as Odin. And then in Thor Ragnarok, it was like,
all that.
I guess that didn't matter, because Loki was still in charge, but it's like,
it didn't really.
They wrapped it up in the beginning of the movie.
It,
it's like, he's just being goofy and shit. Like, he's just being goofy, and then he's not ruling it after 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ended off being such an important thing. Like, oh my God, what's this leading to? Nothing. Well, I guess besides Odin's death, but you could have killed Odin without doing that.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, The Boys was great, man. Next season, where y'all think it's going?
I'm back at season 1, and then
like
them just taking on.
I think it's gonna really be just a struggle. It's gonna be really about. As I say this, I'm kind of changing my mind and agreeing with Bray, because I think the next season for sure is gonna be Butcher and Homelander season, and they're gonna be battling over Ryan.
Okay, I was about to leave
his loyalty.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be more of, we're gonna see more.
And Ryan might die.
You think so?
Interesting.
I think he might die, because we're not gonna stick with the character long enough for him to be the main villain.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily make him the main villain, but in the series off to where it's like, y'all might.
Like if they just
kind of the same feeling we got at the end of this season. Like when you see Ryan, after Homelander murders that one dude and everyone's cheering, and then you see Ryan get like that evil grin.
If they want to end it off on a cliffhanger, then that would be cool.
But
if they really
might have something even
if they really gonna wrap the story up, I think Brian's either gonna die or gonna be with Butcher.
I think
if they're wrapping it up, like tying it up in a noose little.
I'm sorry. Who?
Butcher.
No, you said Brian.
Oh, Ryan.
I was like, who? Wait, is that a new character?
Yeah, bro.
Man, it's crazy. But I think they'll do that. But I think if anything, they should also do something like Brian is just going off the hinges and shit like that. And
I don't think he's gonna completely go off the
I
hinges.
don't think he's gonna go.
I
off.
I think they
it's
should
just
be
gonna
older.
be
Though.
like,
I think he should be older though.
he's
Because
been
that
corrupted.
would take too much away from Homelander's psyche.
Well, no, he's
Yeah,
trying to.
Homelander.
He's trying to. He sees that freaking his son is doing the same shit that he is, going through and going psychotic and mentally ill and shit like that.
But that's what the fuck Homelander wants.
Oh,
Homelander cares
Yeah.
about him, but he does want him to be like him,
Mm.
like the same fucked up beliefs and the same ideologies and shit like that.
And the thing I'm waiting for is seeing that other Homelander, that reflection of Homelander.
yeah. I want to.
'Cause
Oh, yeah.
once
That
he
too.
takes it,
Yeah.
well, that's who Homelander truly is.
I don't think we're gonna see like a full thing.
No, Homelander's going to snap. Like,
Yeah, he's gonna
going to
snap, but I
and-
don't think they really doing like a split personality thing. I
No,
think
no,
that's
no,
just a
no,
way
no,
to-
no, no, not. And I guess the way I phrase it was split personality. But I'm talking about that Homelander to where it's like, I don't give a fuck about humanity. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't even give a fuck about Ryan. I'm just going to destroy all y'all.
I don't think he's gonna get to the point where he don't care about Ryan.
Or even if he does care about Ryan, he's still gonna say fuck humanity because he always says we're better than them. We're above them. They're ants to us. So then
Yeah, but if they did that,
he could still care about Ryan and then just say fuck humanity and have.
But
in-
that's
in
his
his
own-
head.
but
He
see-
thinks
but see,
him and
that's-
Ryan are gonna
but see, that's
rule together.
That's Homelander's
Right.
whole thing is he does hate his humanity, but it's still there and he can't get rid of it. He still begs for
Also, that could be the reason to
the
kill.
attention.
That could be the reason to kill Ryan because then now it's like if Ryan's his only tie to humanity.
It's not though. He still got daddy issues,
Mm.
and he still wants to please his daddy, both of them. So
Ah,
I
if-
don't know. They
if-
could do
if,
that
if
though.
he even knows that Soldier Boy's still alive.
Not Soldier Boy. I wasn't talking about Soldier Boy. I'm talking about Edgar.
Well, you said two. of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, just his father.
Nah, I feel
his
like he's
father
gonna
figures
kill
in
Edgar.
general.
I
in
feel like
general.
Edgar's gonna talk that shit to him and then he's gonna kill
He
him.
might kill Edgar. He might kill Edgar.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, his ties.
Like
to
he's gonna
humanity-
have a fly ass little monologue speech at the end. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
Homelander
yeah.
will take
Belittle
out.
him, put him in his
Uh-huh.
place, and then Homeland.
So like, nigga, it don't really matter how powerful you are.
No, if he kills Edgar, then the speech Edgar gives is gonna affect Homelander.
Yes.
But I don't think it's gonna make him say fuck humanity. I think it's gonna make him even more human, and that might make him a worse person because he really hates that he does have those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how we've seen him, like he's so fucked up because he does have these human emotions. So he's like a damn little kid with a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every time throwing a temper tantrum. So I think if Edgar really give him that shit, he gonna kill Edgar, but then he gonna be like, some bitch.
Yeah.
Like he was right, type
It
shit.
was right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, niggas never pick back up your fries.
I got a
Um,
little munch in.
but nah, I think I'm excited. I don't really care. This is how I know shit ends off good because I don't really have any preference on where I would like to see it go. I'm just excited to see where it goes, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't really
Yeah.
be like, oh, bro, they need to do this. I have a lot of like cool ideas, but all in all, I'm just excited to see where it goes. Nigga just pulled fries out of the abyss.
Yeah, I know. Shit, you nigga were talking about them all.
Oh God, I'm about to pull mines out too. Shit.
Um,
But I feel like but the boys.
but
Was
fuck
good.
it,
It was a
um,
good season, bro.
it was
enjoyed
a
It
good
really was.
season.
I enjoyed it.
It's my
I-
favorite season.
I actually started rewatching the other two seasons, and
Nah, this is my
they're-
favorite season.
they're still they're just as good as this, but the third season is really the best. Right
This
now.
is my favorite season. This is my favorite season. Well, shit. Let's fucking move on, fellas.
What we going to?
What y'all listening to today?
Today, what was I listening to?
Not today, just
In
Talk
general.
about Segway.
yeah. Homelander's gonna murder everybody. What's good in R&B?
Oh God, new music.
Brent's album.
I ain't heard it yet.
Really?
No, not yet.
I've had enough time.
I've heard people been hearing it and playing, but
It's okay.
Really? It's okay?
true.
I thought it was a pretty good project.
Well, yeah, it's more than okay, but it's not amazing to me. I haven't. Well,
It's not like
I don't know if I can say that. All I can say, I can't say
it's not at
amazing.
the Summer Walker classic album level.
That's
but,
what niggas thought.
But
But it's Brent.
it's cool. It's still a good project.
No, it's a good project. I haven't been going back and listening to it like I thought I would. I probably listen to Givion's project more than Brent's.
Interesting.
Mm.
I haven't heard that either. Yeah.
Givion's is pretty good. It's a good
I
project.
keep hearing Giveon had a really good project.
But yeah, I didn't really I haven't gone back and listened to the Brent project like I thought I was when it was announced or when it first came out.
Yeah.
No, I've been.
I know
having
you
a lot of
have.
them songs. I've been
Goddamn it.
having a lot of them songs.
I know
on
you
repeat.
have, but I haven't really. But that don't make it bad. It didn't hit. It's not. I don't feel about the album like I thought I was gonna feel about it.
So what album are you looking for?
I don't know, but I know it when I hear it. That makes sense.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
So are you looking forward to anybody?
Right now, funny. Not really.
Nobody really.
truly.
Not really, bro. It's when people announce, then
Well,
I'll
shit, who
get
else is
hype.
supposed to be dropping this? It seems like kind of everybody
this
was looking
year?
for.
I don't know.
Who's supposed to just be dropping? Because it seems like everybody who
I mean,
we've been
Beyonce's
waiting on-
coming.
That's probably it, really. But I'm not really waiting.
Yeah, I'm
on
not
it.
really
I'm
waiting.
not
on
like
Beyonce's
I'm not.
album.
Oh,
I'm of course I'm gonna listen
I'ma
to it when
listen
it
to it,
drops.
but-
I'm
but-
waiting for it.
oh well, I feel
I'm
you.
waiting for it.
Yeah.
I ain't waiting for it.
Not because of the whole album is like, oh my God, I can't wait. But I know Beyonce always got some joints on the album that end
No,
up.
that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's weird. Like, certain people come out and it's like, bro, I can't wait for this album. But then Beyonce always end up dropping the album that's like, bro, I'm not just like, oh, the Beyonce album. But she always ends up having like one or two joints that ends up becoming like one of my favorite
that's
songs.
why I like
Yeah, it's the
Beyonce.
same- yeah,
That's
it's
why
the
I'm
same
on Beyonce.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
like her.
I mean, it's the same shit with Rihanna album.
Yeah, same shit.
Or it's like you're not expecting
Fully
you're not
into it,
rushing
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
album,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you already
yeah,
but
yeah.
Rihanna
That
will
too.
have like one or two.
But
that you fuck
I'm
with,
but
joints
that's what
on
I'm
there.
waiting on. I'm waiting for those 1 and 2 that like, you know what I'm saying? That I'm about
That
to
remind
like,
you why you.
yeah,
fuck
like
with
I'm
her.
waiting on that next Drunken Love, or
I
I'm
feel
waiting
that.
on
I feel that.
what was the
Ape shit. I feel that.
what was her last album?
That was the Carters. All right.
No, the last one was
Now with the collab.
what was the last album? It wasn't a super freaky one, was it?
Not, what, let me-
No, it was Lemonade. That was the last album.
I thought it was
Lemonade
Ape
was
shit.
no,
Or
the
not
super
Ape shit,
freaky
but
one is
fucking-
Beyonce.
I thought it was.
Oh,
when did the
yeah.
Carters come out then? After
That
or
ain't
before?
really. I don't.
Lemonade?
I ain't counting
You don't
that.
count?
That's
That's
like
like a
one of her albums.
joint album.
Yeah. Was it even classified as an album?
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, Lemonade was the last one. Like Freedom
Mhm.
with Kendrick. Actually, it's a couple of songs on Lemonade that I fuck with.
Yeah, she gonna have some hits on that.
Yeah, that Hold Up, They Don't Love You Like I Love You. Slow Down. I fuck with that song.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's always some joints that's like, yo, this is like one of my favorite songs of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm never just like the Beyonce album because the album as a whole
It's
ain't
not
gonna
for
be
you.
for me.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
And it's like, you know that.
but ain't nothing wrong with a few slaps on
Yeah,
there.
it's not. No, wrong.
Yeah,
That I like.
but I wait because they make great music, and I'm a fan of great music. So I wait for the great music that I relate to too,
Yeah.
right?
So that-
Because they gonna make great music. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's just certain songs gonna hit me a little bit more, like the medley, the fucking the arrangements.
Yeah.
It even just has music. Just
No, she's gonna come with
all
a
that shit.
project.
Yeah.
Project.
Like,
And
it's
that's
gonna be
Beyonce.
some-
It's
Yeah,
Beyonce
it's gonna be
level
some
money.
great.
You know
it's gonna be some great
crazy.
shit on there. So I'm waiting for hers, but that's about it.
Speaking of not so great shit, have you heard of
Wow,
Chris's
Wow.
new album?
that's not so great. There's some joints
I
on
haven't
there.
heard it yet.
There's some joints on there. I bet you did exactly what we was talking about. You really sat down and just absorbed that album.
Not the full album.
Exactly.
I've listened to about half of it. So
How'd you
far.
listen to?
What do you mean?
Like full songs
Yeah, full
Full
song,
out.
full songs on
chilling
the,
in your
on the
room.
speaker, in the bed.
on the speaker while y'all playing the game.
No, nigga, on
Okay.
my speaker. my
But that no, you on
Not
your
on-
speaker.
not on the game.
First time you
no,
played.
not the sound bar, like my actual.
Oh,
clothes
okay.
on my speaker.
Because I was like, first time you played Brent album was like fucking while we was playing the game and shit. And
No,
it's
no,
like,
I was just in the room chilling. I was just putting on Chris album. So I'm like
that one
halfway
day.
through
Yeah, I
it.
see what you're saying.
nah.
So,
But that's also how
somebody didn't
that's
know.
also I think you still might be getting hit with what I was talking about because that's how I felt about Heartbreak on the Full Moon till I actually just went through and like absorbed a little bit of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not done with the album yet, so I might still find a few joints on there that it's like, oh,
Even the
these
ones you've
shits are
already
knocking,
heard.
but the ones
Because that Call Me Every Day go hard.
and it also depends on the type of vibe, like where I hear that. Because then there's been mad songs where I ain't really fucked with, and then you hear it in a certain type
Yeah.
of vibe or element.
Because
Because
when did you
that shit fits.
when did you listen to it?
Yesterday
Yesterday.
Didn't they drop like a deluxe?
of Chris's album? I'm not too sure.
He better not drop no damn deluxe. It's
Nah,
deluxe
I think
already.
Yeah, 60 songs.
No, I think he dropped the deluxe.
How much do you think you? Oh, he did drop a deluxe.
What I tell you?
So you got like past song 6?
Yeah, I believe so. I wasn't keeping an order, but I believe
That's
so,
how I
yeah.
know, because that's one of my favorite songs on there. And when you heard it in person, you was like, "Oh, what's this? This off the new album? Call Me Every Day." It's like you didn't even remember that song when you heard it.
Yeah, I gotta hear it again. So
Exactly.
I mean, they're not really
So
even.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
They're not even really resonating with me.
But when you heard it in person, you was like, "Oh, this shit, dude,
Sound good.
kind of jam."
But see, that's the thing about with Brent's album, like off that first listen, I still have jams like I already know, like all
you
Mine,
also are having
wasting time.
You're also having a moment in your life where that album's gonna resonate immediately way
which
more
that's true.
than general R&B music. That ain't.
But
What
I've
you're talking
been
about.
seeing, it's not just me. I've been seeing a lot of people say they don't really like Chris' new album.
But that's been happening for like. That's been happening a lot, and then people go back and they're like, "Oh, shit,
fire.
this was on that."
Yeah.
I love this song.
I've done that.
Whereas when that album came out, niggas was like, "I hate every song off here, bro." You didn't listen really to every song.
I
off
did
there.
that, bro.
Because I'm the same way. Like I ran through it, and then I'm like, they ain't hit me like that. But I'm gonna give it some time and then actually chill and sit with it, and see if I like it. Because I'm the same way. I just know that Chris dropping these long ass projects, that's what's been happening to me lately. Is I've been trying to get through it. That happened to me first time I listened to Kendrick's album too. I kind of went through it and I was like, okay, it's cool. Yeah. But then I was trying to just listen to the whole album so I could. It's the same thing they always say. People just want to talk about it already, so they go rush through the whole album so they can have an opinion on it. And then it's like, wait, this was in the first half,
or did you really listen to it?
But then that also takes away from it because you can't tell somebody like when you first hear a song, you know if you like it or not.
Not all the time.
Nah, I need like at
not
least
all the time.
Yeah, but for most of the time, if I hear a song, I'm gonna know if I like it or not.
How long does it take you to get into a song?
I can't say most of the time.
There's been many songs where it taken me just the beat to come on.
That can happen, but I think it's 50-50. I think I've had enough. I think I've had the same amount of songs where that something grew on me as songs that I liked immediately. I can't say most of the time you liked a song when you first hear it. I can't say that because I've had so many songs grow on me that I didn't either. Not that I didn't hate, but I just was like apathetic to when it first came out.
True. I'm the opposite. If I hear it and it just resonates with me.
No, there's songs like that, but I'm saying that there's also an equal amount of songs that grew on me.
Facts.
And I ended up liking later. Like same thing. So I can't say that, especially with the way as much music drops. As often as music drops now. Because same thing with the Kendrick song. I did not like everything as soon as it came out. And then some songs have grown on me that I didn't fuck with. I don't even think I paid attention to Purple Hearts that much when it came out. I was just kind of just listening. But my brain wasn't really focused on the album anymore because I was exhausted. It was late. I was tired. Yeah. I was just trying to get through the album and go to sleep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which
it dropped at midnight, so yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even really listen like that. But some songs have grown on me. But yeah, dropping all that music, I think already tells your brain. I think it already sends your brain into a different signal of like, I'm not gonna pay attention to this the full time out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. But that's what he been doing lately is dropping all those fucking songs.
I don't know. Do y'all like that formula of dropping 45 songs a project?
No, because I just told you why.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It makes it hard for me to listen to the album.
Yeah, and like you said, especially if it's like at midnight and I gotta go to work in the morning, and now you drop a project of 40 songs. Bro, I'm not gonna listen to 40 songs. Like,
not that I'm not gonna listen to,
but not it take even if your project's like 12 to 13 albums, I have to literally take the time to actually listen to your.
People don't do that as much anymore because there's so much music. There's so many people dropping.
Yeah, but at 12 compared to that 35.
Yes, 12 is a lot easier to consume.
Yeah, I can do that 12.
Because hell, it's like even if I don't listen to it all the way, I can still get through your project. Like I'm not even scrolling through it. Like it's gonna take me a minute to go through 46
songs besides Chris that I've been knowing that's been doing that.
Well, Kendrick just dropped a double album.
But it was like damn near only like 20 if that, maybe.
That's
still a lot, but that's still a lot.
That still ain't 45.
No, ain't nobody. Most people ain't dropping 45.
Bro.
Like most people.
If I
not
gotta
doing
keep
that.
doing
But
that,
Donda
just-
was long as hell too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Donda was
Was
like
it?
30 songs,
Oh,
wasn't it?
shit, damn. I didn't really even listen to it like that. But that's the only one.
It makes
Kanye
it
song or
easier
West
for
song or
songs to
album.
be like forgotten about, bro. When
If I see a whole list of 35
it's like, holy
songs,
shit, I forgot that was on that part. I actually do like that song, but I forgot about it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I agree. I totally.
Yeah, 27.
27.
but I'm in my R&B bag right now, bro.
I
I'm
feel
in my
that.
R&B bag.
I need to
right
get in
now.
my R&B bag. I've been on my just.
Well, shit, tell
hard rap.
the audience any some dope R&B
Yeah,
artists out
anybody
there.
new?
Somebody
fans
new
on.
that I'm listening to.
They don't even gotta be somebody new. Just put.
Well, no,
put the fans on somebody dope.
well, something that I'm listening to that's dope that it's not R&B. The R&B, they gonna know, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Summer and all of that shit right now.
No,
But
no underground.
there's like an alternative. I first heard one of their songs on Joe Budden's podcast, and then I went and listened to like their full album. I think it's a band. It's called a 070 Shake, or that might just be the person.
I think I know
070
you. I
Shake.
think I know. You
The lead singer is I think she's dating Kalani.
Really?
But Joe played one song on there, and I went and check out their album. I love it, bro. It's like synthy. You know who Tame Impala is?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like I like Tame Impala too.
Yeah, like that real alternative.
Tame Impala, I
Group
love
music.
Tame Impala. It's like the real synthy sounds and all of that. I love that.
I gotta hear like that.
I love Tame Impala. Yes. But those aren't really R&B groups. The R&B that I'm listening
That
to
acid
right now.
melodic symphony sound.
Yeah. Them I've been listening to a lot, just going back and trying to listen to projects. And now this 070 Shake, I'm going to I went and listened to the debut album first, and I like that. And then there's a new album actually that dropped this year that I'm gonna have to listen to too. But I've been listening to Givion's album.
I need to go back and listen. I actually need to go and listen to Givion's album.
I've been listening
I
to
heard-
Givion's
I heard
album. I haven't been
great
listening to
reviews
Brett
on
that
that.
much. I haven't been listening to Chris that much either. Funny enough, I haven't listened to Kendrick's album
I haven't either.
since.
Did
Yeah,
Kendrick's album really just come and go?
I
That's
think it
music,
kind of
bro.
did. Yeah,
That's music.
Yeah, because there's always something new dropping
music.
every day.
That's music now.
And I
But
just
it's
wanna listen to
surprising
new
when
sound.
when it's happened to Kendrick though. That's different.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like certain albums still resonate.
But this album
For
he
a
did
What's the
while.
last album that really resonated for a while?
that was Kendrick
No, anybody.
or anybody.
Summers.
Summers, yeah, that was the last known
R&B.
one. Yeah.
R&B still
To an extent.
R&B still does
To
it,
an
but
extent.
the second one did not last that long like that first one.
True.
A couple of tracks
True.
did though.
True.
But that second one, the Kendrick one, it felt like came and went even more. But
Yeah, because even with Summers, like those few tracks still get.
yeah.
There's like no
Yeah,
tracks
yeah,
from
yeah,
Kendrick's
not
album
from
getting played,
Kendrick,
and that's
no.
crazy. For
But
Kendrick.
also think about the type of tracks Kendrick made. You know what song's gonna get played? Where
Nah.
we be at.
No, he would.
the
But
Heart Part 5.
Yeah, that shit ain't getting played
we cried
at the
together.
club. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That type of album wasn't.
It wasn't made for those.
You watched the Roy and Mal interview with Boogie.
Yeah.
Did you see the part where he said he feels like the trap rappers or like the people that dominates that space are outworking the Boogies and the Jids, the JIDs, the Reasons? He said they're outworking them.
Is it outworking? Or are they getting the pushback, more pushback?
Yeah, is
You got to
it?
work
Or
for that.
For
Yeah, but you can't say that JIDs and
not working
and
or
the boogies ain't been working
yeah,
either.
ain't working, yeah.
So what he said is the way he defined outworking is how are you in front of people's faces? Those rappers be everywhere doing that, you know, in the neighborhood, posting up. Whereas it seems like these rappers like to drop their music and then fade into disappear and just, you know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
That's true.
That's what he was type of saying.
I feel that.
And then I feel like they had a really good discussion on it on the Rory and Mal pod. And I felt like that was just an interesting thing because I thought about like both sides and I was like, I kind of agree with both sides.
Yeah, because
It's like, bro, you can't
sense because
Yeah.
they always on Instagram Live. They always somewhere in the club. They always got their feet to the pavement, and it's like, yeah,
But then on the flip side, it's like, bro, I can't be in the club all the time. They not playing my shit in there.
Yeah, that's true too.
or like they can drop way more than I can because we're album based. That's what Rory's saying. It's like we're album based, they're single based.
Yeah.
But then
Is it better
Justice
than
was
putting
come
out
back
a-
and be like, bro,
a
not
single
saying
all
y'all have to
project?
do that, but y'all can go visit college. Like he was talking about Cole
How
and
J.
Kendrick.
Cole be
They used to be
walking around
Chance.
Harvard.
They used to be on Howard randomly.
Howard.
Things like the niggas was not going to Harvard.
Nigga said Harvard.
Oh man, but yeah, like that's I do kind of agree. But then he said some fucked up shit. He said Boogie was like, yeah, he said we the reason that boys out here getting killed. I was like, what? And then he was like,
wait, say that again.
he told him that they the reason that boys out here getting killed because they not working as hard to put their message out, and they letting all the
All the bullshit.
the other message gets
Yeah.
out there. And then I was like, that's not on there. Like,
but it's your music.
but it's more nuanced than that though, because labels are going to push that more.
Yeah. Then
You know what I'm saying? They are going to push that more. It's going to be easier to get that out.
Oh, so then that's not really on the artist. That's on the label.
However, the artists at the same time can still do more to get out there because they do be dropping and just fucking vanishing into their cocoon.
Yeah.
It's like y'all not Kendrick, so y'all can't do that yet.
Yeah, so it's a double-edged sword at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, he was like, or even without music, he's like, bro, they TV show. He's like, bro, they don't sit down. Like they don't sit down.
Yeah, niggas are everywhere.
And it's like that is true. That is true. However, it's
but I
difficult.
can be everywhere if my shit's getting pushed everywhere. If my image itself is getting pushed to where the music I make, the labels are behind me. They're putting me in Sprite
you go to your
commercials,
space.
and
You go to your space.
Huh?
You go to your space. If they go to the college campus, then that's, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of what their space is. That's still an impact.
Yeah, but there's a lot more clubs than colleges.
Not saying that y'all message gonna be as loud, but it could be louder.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It could be louder. Because when Kendrick and Cole was coming, we was hearing that.
Yeah, it's true.
We was hearing that. And everything was still out too. But you was hearing that. And you was seeing them.
Yeah.
And they was out there. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was just kind of interesting because I was like, damn, do really good lyricists, do they also kind of just take that stereotype? It's like, we the good lyricists, we don't do clubs. And has that made them like lazier? Not when it comes to making their projects, but when it comes to everything around the music business, the music industry. You still got to play this game if you really care about getting that message out like that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but if you really care about getting that message out.
that's hard to debate because it is both sides. Because it's the same shit with Conway and Flex, and what he was saying about with New York DJs and radios. It's like y'all not really pushing for, y'all not trying to like advance the culture and push for new upcoming artists and
But
really keeping your
we
ear
know
to
that
your
to
street.
be true?
Well, because I mean it shows. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying Flex and Ebro don't try and find new people and don't listen to dope upcoming artists, but y'all don't push that on none of y'all platforms. The same people y'all have on the platform is who's hype right now. The Babies, the Futures, the Dub Babies, the Cardis, like those.
So who should they be putting on there?
Now, I'm not saying don't follow that base, but I mean, if you're really a true lover of this culture, yeah, it don't take nothing to put on give somebody 15-20 minutes of shine and put them
But it
and
do.
put a no name.
But it
that
do.
might-
But it do take something. It takes time.
not
and
all
it
the time,
takes
because
money.
but
That 25 minutes.
but that's the same shit
of
like,
us promoting you. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it
because that's
but
the same shit that got us the Wu-Tangs, that got us the Redmans, that got us motherfuckers
Music, but
keeping
the-
their
but the
ear to the
music-
pavement,
but
and knowing who's dope out there.
You had to do that though.
This motherfucker's
You
out
had to. You had to do that for us to know anybody back then.
Yeah, but now it don't take nobody. It don't take nothing. But if you know a dope group or a dope artist making noise in Brooklyn, it don't take nothing but to even run a song that you fucking think.
But you can't. But you
do
can't.
plays.
You can't say it don't take nothing. It does. It takes time that we could have got way more views than we got because we was choosing to play yo shit that nobody cares about. Not saying they shouldn't. I think they should, but I'm just I'm just playing devil's advocate.
And that's very true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing devil's advocate, like,
because then we ain't gonna why waste
like,
time.
bro, you talking about let me play No Name, and y'all don't fucking support No Name y'all self.
Exactly.
The fuck is y'all telling me to play it? Y'all know who she is. That's why y'all telling me to play it. What's the last fucking No Name album you went and listened to by yourself?
Yeah.
That. Just like people on the WNBA and know that y'all don't fucking watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Pretty
see,
much,
if the DJs
if the
play
broadcasters
the
started
records
playing-
more, maybe more people would.
I don't think so, because I don't think they have they do still have power and platform. They don't run the shit like they used to run the shit. You can go search all that shit you claiming you want to hear. You can go find it.
Mhm.
Takes a little bit of work, yes, but you can go find it. Also, when they were playing,
But see, that's what people my fault,
and
before
when
you
they
go-
were playing those up and coming artists, that was the music.
Wait, but what to your previous statement? That's what they did. Is when you're like, oh, if whoever you can find, you can go do the research and go find them yourself, and that's exactly what people started doing with these streaming platforms.
But
and now
also-
that's why people are turning around and saying radio is dying.
But also, when you're saying,
because
but radio,
I can go listen to all the artists I
Yeah.
want to listen to on my own.
Exactly.
But if you're a DJ of the radio station, your job is to bring more views to the
But
radio
also,
station.
but radio ain't radio, period. No matter what the DJs do. Also, when they were putting people on, like, it's like, oh, they used to do this in the past and all that. But that was popular music at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It wasn't like when they was playing the fucking it wasn't like when they putting the Wu-Tangs and shit on, they was putting on fucking MC Hoochie Dookie who makes an entirely different type of music than what's popping. So DJs kind of they did have more control over what's popping in the culture.
And
But
I
they
really
still
think that-
always still had to play what's popping.
And I really do think that is a New York DJ thing. I mean, a lot of DJs do suffer from that. But like I said, like there's out Central Voice, like you go on satellite radio, and I've listened to radio stations in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in Houston and listened to the radio stations, and that the mixture of artists is way. It seems like y'all care about more of a mixture of artists than what just the mainstream radio that the New York DJs.
It depends on what channel.
Because but I mean that's the same shit down here. It was like 98.5 is totally different from than what a Houston radio station would be.
What Houston radio station was you listening to that had that much diversity?
I forgot the name of it.
They do play some upcoming shit though.
Do they?
They do in Houston, yeah.
Because I'm like the Houston
'cause,
radio stations were shit.
One of my cousin's friend, Mike Reeves, shout out. They be playing his R&B songs on there, so they do. As you know,
because I'm like, nigga, there's songs on the Houston radio channels that I was shazamming, but I would never shazam a song on 98.5.
But think about this.
The same shit I've heard in the club mad times.
And that's
And that-
true.
and that
But
seems hype.
playing devil's advocate, how often are you listening to the radio and not your phone? So if I need to get people to listen to the radio, what am I going to play?
Popular music. What's popular?
If I need to get ears listening to this radio station, because nobody's listening to the radio station anyway, what am I going to play?
No, I'm not saying do not play the
It's
hits.
a
of
tricky
course.
balance.
No, I'm just saying.
However,
I would say you don't have to not to play the hits. No, of course you're gonna have to play what's popping, what's pushing out. But you can also still have that blend of putting out just a dope artist, a dope little low key band that you don't know. Like it don't take nothing but just.
But
put
we
it,
don't
like,
feel like
playing.
they've been doing that with music in general. Like we've been seeing artists come and go.
when the last time you watched a full flex show yourself?
A full flex show?
Yes.
I don't know.
So you really wouldn't know if he doing that or not because we don't fucking be watching the radio like that
But no,
more.
the comments.
It's
about
just we've
Conway,
heard
I've
this.
heard multiple comments from other people about Funk Flex and Ebro.
Yes, but
So
then
that's
you
how
can,
I know something's
but
going
then
on.
you
Now,
can
you
also
are right.
hear people
Personally,
say the
me-
opposite. You can hear people say the opposite too. It's just like Charlamagne. People say, so Charlamagne's harmful for the culture. He only promotes negativity. And then there's people like, no, because this, and this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just double-edged sword. But I mean, I think Conway has some valid points. I also think Flex has some valid points. Conway is a bar rapper, which is already as far as mainstream. We
Yeah.
love it. I love to listen to it.
But nobody.
But he's
wanna listen
always
to
a
Lyrical
bar
Miracle
rapper,
all
and
day.
he's how old is he?
like 40 something.
Well, not even lyrical. I wouldn't even call it Lyrical Miracle because when I think of Lyrical Miracle, I think of like backpack rappers.
Like, give me an example.
Backpack rappers would be like Hobson, Logic. Those are backpack rappers.
Not necessarily, because then like Eminem and Nas and
But they not. They,
Big
I don't.
L, like those were like lyrical. I'm a bar your ass up.
Yes, but
lyrical
it's
bars,
still
bars,
it's
bars,
still
bars.
the vibe of backpack music is different. Like Hobson and Logic, the shit
I
is
think
like,
I think a backpack rapper and Lyrical Miracle are two different things. I hold
That's
two
what-
different two
well,
different
Lyrical
categories.
Miracle, because I don't think Conway and them is Lyrical Miracle. They don't rap that fast. They not rhyming 37 syllables. They just rap good and they rap on boom bap beats. But I wouldn't call that Lyrical Miracle.
But I wouldn't call Eminem a backpack rapper either.
I know. I'm not. That's why the examples I gave was Logic and Hobson.
Yeah, I could see that being backpack rapper.
No, yeah, those are backpack. I
You know
thought
what I'm
I thought
saying?
you were holding them to Lyrical Miracle. I was like,
No. I'm saying Lyrical Miracle to me is closer to like backpack rap to me than it is like Conway. Because you don't hear Conway be like, you fucking trapezoid had the void and
No.
bashing toys and massacred the ass. Like, no, they don't be doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really call them backpack rappers, but they are bar rappers. Like, it's just bars,
They
nigga.
got a flow.
Bars, nigga. That's what it make you think of. Backpack rappers don't really make you just say that. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, bars. It just be like, just, oh my God.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
like that.
So
feeling,
much
yeah.
words.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? I think Eminem can do backpack rap sometimes, but I don't think he's a backpack rapper. Whereas I think Logic is a backpack rapper.
Full time.
Like, you rap like that
all your
majority of
albums,
the time.
and all your
Yeah.
albums.
Right? You do that the majority of the time. Jid would be more backpack than Griselda would be to me.
yes, yes.
Right? You see what I'm
I see what
getting
you
at by there?
I see what you mean.
TDE, all of TDE would be more backpack to
Backpack
me
rap.
than that. Whereas like Griselda, but even still is like, okay, boom bap, hip hop,
J
straight
Rock would
bars,
be bars.
straight bars, kinda, yeah.
J Rock
yeah.
would be bars.
But even still, that and at 40 is not really what's gonna like.
So I was gonna move right.
Like you might be not, I'm not speaking ill, and I want niggas to find all the success they can. But it's like that style of music at your age might be that, this might be the peak, right? Because we was even talking about it, like Boogie, we think is gonna go. He might be the farthest that a shady artist have gone. I think he will. Well,
Over
a
50?
shady 2.0 artist.
I was like, over
The
50?
the rebuilt shady that started with Slaughterhouse.
Okay. Yeah.
That started in like 2009 when M had his second peak.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Boogie's probably gonna go the farthest, but also Boogie makes the type of music
Everybody
that people more listen to
to,
more
yeah.
than
audience, yeah.
And I mean, he's more
marketable.
marketable, and he I can't think of the word, but he has a more wide out spread. Like he can get into his R&B bag, get into his drill bag, get into his rap bag.
Yes.
Like
He can do it. Also, Boogie is so Shady signs self-sufficient artists,
I would believe so.
right?
I would believe so.
That's kind of what they were saying on the Rory. Like they do sign artists that can take care of themselves. The label, sometimes like we're your bank. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what they were saying on the Rory and Maud. It's like, okay, a lot of labels are basically a bank. You need the money, we give it to you, right?
Yeah.
However, JID is signed to Shady. He's also on not JID, Boogie. He's also on what is it? God damn it. I think Justice shit. LVRN, who's also Summer Walker, Black. Those like biggest ones you probably know. But like Summer Walker, Black, right? So even his second team is a team that manages. We do artists well here.
Yeah.
Like we do Summer well here. We still do that well. So I think Boogie might be out of the 2.0 the most successful coming out of Shady, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
as of right now, because
Ain't nobody
I
else.
feel, the
Yellow
next,
Wolf
I feel the next project he drops.
You don't
I'm
think
gonna
Yellow
listen.
Wolf gonna be the top?
I don't even think Yellow Wolf not even on Shady no more.
He had one good, not even one good.
He had a
one single.
no.
that
He
was
had a moment where it was like, yo, who's this guy? And then it
yeah,
just
it went away.
yeah. He went to doing like more country, and then it was like,
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah, I don't care. But don't sleep when Pop the Trunk and all of that was coming, and then he had the song with
That was
Gucci and
good.
all of that.
And then he had the BET Cypher version.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Put these motherfuckers in a box and yeah, all of that shit. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, I think valid points were made on both sides of that argument. But Conway is like, damn, bro, and they are really, real talented, bro, real talented. But it's just the way the industry is right now. Is like, damn, but it's nowhere to go for you, really. Yeah. Like, where are we gonna put? We're gonna put like we can put you in all the spaces that you need to be in, which is what you have been in, right? Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, because then like what performing at the Grammys, like that ain't happening.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's never
Conway
happened,
and Benny at the Grammys. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? At the Hip Hop Awards, hell yeah.
Super Bowl.
And we need to no,
We need to
stop
stop
doing
that.
that. We need to
Stop
stop
doing that shit.
Yeah, we gonna make our platforms our
Grammy level.
Yeah. We need to stop doing that.
Niggas said the Hip Hop Awards. Hell yeah.
But even still, I still said the Hip Hop Awards. I didn't even really say the BET Awards just yet because you know what I'm saying. It's just
about it.
It's just a different type of like, yeah, man. I don't know that type of music,
So
bro.
what's the difference between hip hop and BET Awards?
What you mean?
Oh,
the Hip Hop Awards?
I thought they were the same thing.
Nah, Hip Hop Awards.
Nah, they're
more,
two different things.
Hip Hop Awards is supposed to be more about rap,
But
and like
it's not. It's the same.
So that's
thing.
when we get our ciphers and.
No, the Hip Hop Awards
skits
normally
and
be
stuff.
where the ciphers and shit be at. Yeah.
No, I thought
weird.
that'd be
I
the
thought
BET Awards.
It used to be, but
Oh,
now
hip hop.
Yeah, now be
okay.
more hip hop. Now be more like the older hip hop heads be there. The older hip hop acts be
So
there.
pretty much the Hip Hop Awards is like the sub
rap
the
version.
sub BET Awards.
Yeah, it's just another award show, but it's mostly about hip hop, not the R&B. What y'all think about the Weeknd winning the pop album at the BET Awards? Bro, he don't fuck with y'all,
so.
bro.
I don't think so. Like
He's
he's made it known.
I mean, he didn't really make it known, but it's like, come on, bro.
Nah, but he's kind of made it known. When they keep doing shit to get him there, and he's like, I'm gonna just
I didn't see it. I
assume
didn't see
that
this one.
he don't want to go.
He just seems like he enjoys himself while he's there.
Nah, it's like they can never get him to go through. Like he always gets nominated and wins and shit, but
Never pulls up.
nah. So I'm like,
Go to 8:30.
ain't 30 cool.
Nah,
Oh damn, sorry, 8.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 8.
Okay.
All right, let me ask y'all. Y'all think when the next Silk Sonic album coming out?
I don't know.
Oh, a cool 3 years.
Really?
Well, maybe
You think you're getting the Silk Sonic before you get a solo Bruno?
Nah.
Or a solo Anderson?
Nah.
A solo Bruno, maybe not a solo Anderson. Anderson
Shit,
be
it
dropping
might be
music
like another. Actually, yeah, that's actually because we're not getting
I
that
say
before
about like
Bruno.
2 years. I don't think we getting a solo Bruno. I think we might get a solo Anderson because Anderson cranks out a lot of music sometimes.
I don't think we get another Silk Sonic. Not. Yeah, I would say about.
I think they need to
3
both
to
drop.
I think they
Four.
still riding the wave.
They need to drop. They need to both drop.
I don't think they will. I don't think Bruno will. I think Anderson might.
So you think they're gonna drop another one in 2?
By 2-3 years.
That's what I was saying. Like I say about 3-4.
I think they still riding that Silk Sonic wave.
Yeah.
Anderson for damn sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anderson,
Yeah.
I could tell for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. I can see about 3 to 4 years of them dropping.
But I don't think we getting another Bruno solo album before
Not
that.
for a little while. I could see not for a little while.
really.
As far as a
I don't
Bruno
think so.
solo, I don't see that.
Anderson, we might.
Yeah, because Bruno.
Anderson dropped 2 albums in the same year.
and
one
Bruno's
time.
are kind of
Bruno's
spaced
are
apart.
Mhm.
spaced, though.
Oh, so then when do you think we're gonna get another Bruno album?
Shit, ain't no telling. 5 years maybe.
I think like 7 to 8.
Damn, nigga, for
That's
real.
a long.
I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna go with 5.
I think like 7. Yeah, 8 might be too long. I think around. Like
I think
7.
it'll be before the next Silk Sonic album. That's just
No.
me.
I don't think so.
That's just me.
Because-
That was your Bruno
because
album.
Bruno and Anderson are riding the Silk Sonic wave, and then especially if they drop another one.
No, but if
If they drop a
If,
sequel project,
if
we're not getting
Anderson
a solo
drops one,
Bruno
I
for a
think-
few years after that.
I don't know.
Because we're not getting a solo Bruno until him and Silk Sonic kind of distance themselves.
Yes.
Like
yes.
when everyone's kind
Or he
of.
maybe just having it sitting on an album right now and just waiting to promote it.
I don't think Bruno
think
has
so.
they're both busy, but I think Bruno
think
has
Bruno
a
has
little bit less time than Anderson does
To drop a project?
to drop
to
It
drop
seems like,
to work on a solo project.
It seems like he would have more of the time. Now
I
that
don't
you-
think so.
I don't know.
Anderson,
When was the last Bruno project?
shit.
15 maybe.
It was the one with like 4 karat. Was it 24 karat gold and all that?
Yeah, that was like 15.
Is that the last one?
That might have been like 2016,
Oh, yeah?
17.
Yeah, maybe 17. I think.
Because well then yeah.
Mhm.
So then,
It could be coming up.
but
pretty soon
then that means we would be getting a Bruno project
Pretty
soon. Then.
That's what I said. Like,
But Silk Sonic was probably that project. That's what they was in the studio
But was
all
that-
day doing.
But did that count as
That's
one of his solo projects?
But you talking about time? That's all they was working on when they was doing that album. That's all they
So
were.
after
So
he
yeah,
did-
so if that's the mix, I'm saying yeah.
If
they're
Bruno
doing that,
takes,
so if they do another,
it came
Silk
out in
Sonic,
16.
16,
It came in.
right?
It came
And
out in
then
16.
Silk Sonic came out in 22.
So if it took that long to make that album and only that album, it's
it
gonna
could
take
be-
some time for him to do his solo album
Yeah,
because
so
it's
about-
essentially like that was the album.
So I say yeah. So about 7 years, especially if they drop another Silk Sonic. I don't think we're gonna get another Bruno album.
If
release
they
till
drop a new
cool
Silk Sonic, then it's
5
gonna
to
be a
7.
while
5 to
for
7.
Bruno. Yeah, if they do another Silk Sonic, which I think they might.
I feel like another Silk Sonic album's coming.
I do too. I just feel it in my gut. I don't know why.
Look at
I don't know
y'all
why.
over there
Yeah, I feel it.
slobbering over the mic.
Oh, bro, I love
Whoa.
that album. We know, but I ain't slobbering on the mic,
Like
but-
whoa.
No, we know
I
that.
love that album, bro. We know you ain't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't gotta ask me.
Bro, why you always clearly want people to ask him? Yeah, you ain't even got to ask me. But I tell you, that shit's like
It's just not for me, bro. It's just not the sound.
oh
for
my
me, bro.
god. All right, let's wrap it up with this
Yeah.
serious topic, man.
Oh man.
We talking about Bruno and Silk Sonic.
Back
All
to the
the
series,
love,
bag.
all the love in that, bro. You know,
What was our last?
we
topic?
didn't
And that
heard
was such
about
a powerful project, wasn't it? All that
It
love
was,
was just
bro.
so powerful.
and we just seen Love and Thunder. Man, the fact that Love and
not
Thunder
very powerful.
was the names of these two, man. That shit was so dumb.
Love and Thunder.
But yeah, bro, like Love and Thunder, and then you know what I'm saying. This is just a topic just because people got shit going on in their lives right now. Just all thunder and no love. Just. Man.
You can't say there's no love because motherfuckers just might love the power.
Man, that ain't that's nah, man.
Well, that's
That-
a bad
that's
form
not
of
love.
character.
It's not, but that's how a lot of people cute to love, or they claim love is. It's like, you know, I have somebody who. Well, see, yeah, because I can't even really break down that mentality. Because if you're really having somebody around you for the sake of, because it's like having a slave,
But
your own personal slave.
it ain't even
or
just
if
that.
having somebody that drives your ego.
Yes,
your
that's what it's
control,
about. Yes, that's what it's
Then
about.
that's not love.
People don't know that.
Nobody's
Mm,
told them that
that's
in
true.
their lives before.
People stay in toxic relationships for different reasons, right? We said this when we had Q on there, which I think that clip we might need to post by itself. Just
Yeah,
the Q
That's a
conversation.
single- That's a single.
Yeah. Had to edit it though. But yeah, people stay in toxic relationships for different reasons, and I mean, you stay in toxic relationships. Why? Okay, so if you stay in toxic relationships, why do you stay?
Be honest.
Yeah, because of love. Because I truly
Love of what?
love that person.
But it's more than that.
Yeah, it's more than love, but
It's more than love because people can love and be like, this ain't it.
it's acting like me.
I don't really know.
It's all mental, and
Yeah.
it goes back to childhood, and it goes back to traumas and things like that. So if you're dealing with a person that is, let's say, like a little bit insecure, and they build themselves up through the eyes of other people, it's not all the time, but sometimes that can lead to a person that is in a relationship because of the ego boost that it gives them. It gives them, and you can kind of tell because it's like, You know, like
Well, then you're not. That shouldn't be. Well, then you shouldn't be good in a relationship because then that's
no, you're not gonna be good in a
that's
relationship.
not
It's
a
gonna fail.
great trait. That's
It's
not
gonna
a great trait
fail.
to have.
You can tell, bro, because like people have broken up, and it's like some of the shit that I'm like, bro, you did not love this person, or you're mad, like, oh man, like, and everybody do it naturally to an extent sometimes, but sometimes it's like, okay, you're more mad about the fact that you've lost something that you felt like belonged to you versus you actually just being lost. Like, nigga, when I'm tore up over my ex, it's because like I miss that person. Like I just miss just being around. Like, nigga, just having your presence here was all I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just miss that. But then there's some people you listen to them and it's like, yeah, bro, they been going out and fucking doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're doing this, and it's like, are you just mad because you can't
control
say
her.
no anymore?
Because you can't control her.
And
now you're so used to being in the sense of control, so where now when you're losing control, now you feel a type of way. You feel slighted. And the shit he or she might be doing is not even that big, but now you feel a type of way, and that's all it is. It's really is. Is that really what it is?
And I guess let me just fill in the viewers, because just in our personal lives, it's funny too. It's like you got a couple of friends, and we've all, everybody going through some shit right now with like an ex or breakup or something like that. However, all of my friends have reacted to these things very, very differently. And we have to have these honest conversations with them. So this is nothing we wouldn't say to this person to his face, but we're not going to name him because
because you never drag nobody through the dirt.
In order
to get a conversation on.
Well, Travoy do.
No, y'all have done this. No, y'all have already done it, but then we're not even going to recap it.
This boy's about to just Samuel. Nah, his name not Sam. But yeah. It's like, bro, it's like some of the stuff, and it's like I gotta pull you aside and be like, bro, listen to how you sound. Like, this somebody that you really saying you love. You wouldn't wish, like, we all say jokingly and be like, man, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. I wish this happened.
Niggas talking their shit.
But you don't really want some of these things to happen to somebody you actually love.
Yeah, because I'm like, even if we're not on great standards, that is somebody I love. So I wouldn't want to see no physical harm, no disrespect come to them.
Yes.
So now if you're in a place where you're wishing harm and disrespect on your significant other,
or ex-significant other,
or it might not always be the ex, because there's some people who
talk
shit about the person they're with right now.
Plus, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, bitch. I'm toxic. Like, I'm still we might still get back together back in the day. The fuck? Want you to get hit by a bus? No, because I ain't that strong, goddammit.
You're on your own.
But nah, like, yeah, but it's like, okay, did you really love that person, or did you just love the feeling like you owned that person? Because some of the things saying, this bitch going out and shit that I bought and all of that shit, and it's like, you sound like you're just mad that they're doing things that you wouldn't want them to do if you were in a relationship, which is a natural feeling sometimes. Yes, like you would be like, damn, she really out here doing that, she moving like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a different thing when I hear people talk about, like, sometimes I hear people talk, it's like, I miss them. And then sometimes you hear people say they miss something, and it's just about like all the person did for them. Yeah. Or all the shit you did for them. Like, bro, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was telling them, like, he was like, bro, I spent X, Y, and Z on this person. And then I called and be like, yo, can you help me with this? And she was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I might be busy or such and such with my friends. And it's like, well, did you do the X, Y, and Z just because you was going to need a favor later? Because she didn't ask you to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't expect.
Like, now you're trying to count favors. You're trying to count favors. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Because now you're like, oh, I did this for you, so clearly you have to do that. But
no, bro.
Yeah, like, now you just you count favors.
Can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. So now I think a lot of shit be toxic as fuck, and people don't really be knowing what they be thinking. They be in love, but it either be infatuation or just like a power. They in love with the power balance or something, or they just in love with the way a person makes them feel about themselves.
Yeah, it's not that I love you. I love what you do for me.
Because if you really think about, like, what do I miss about that person? What are the answers you come up with?
Yeah.
And if you can't give me a straight answer,
No,
within that
yourself.
time,
Like,
yeah.
think to it yourself.
Yeah,
Like, what are the
what
things
does
that come up
she-
when
what
you
does-
miss that person?
What does your girl do for you?
Yeah.
What, not just buying you shit, but what does she do for you as a person?
Yeah.
Not what do you do for her and what you get in return. No, what does she do for you even when you don't do anything?
Exactly.
But that's just one reason. Like we said, of course, people, stay in toxic relationships for other reasons as well. I think a lot of it goes back to childhood. I talked about mine, which we'll put that clip out. We'll put that clip out too. But yeah, I talked about mine, like always wanting to please you know what I'm saying? Please, like, my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
And how that led to me always being like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm the child that doesn't mess up. I do the good things. And then you take that into your relationship. It's like, okay, well, clearly I'm the best. I'm better than what you get in these streets. I'm the good boyfriend. So that should mean, no, nigga, that's not how that works. That don't mean no.
And it's like what, because we do got to post that clip because that was a good conversation. But yeah, it's also like what I meant, like from my point of view, where I come from. And it's like my father wasn't always around like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it builds into the trauma of I'm trying to do everything to be better than him, to not be him. So then that might give me, I might be willing to take more leaps and risk from not trying to be that. But that's also toxic in my instance, because like it goes back to, I'm still trying to be the good boyfriend. I'm trying to be the good, I can be a father in the future type shit. And that's not a healthy place to come from.
And you're also not owed anything because you're a good boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're not owed that person.
And that's not just even with being a boyfriend or even being
However,
in a
don't
relationship.
fucking string people along either. If you know you got something good and you ain't trying to be there,
if you know that if you know how your significant other feels about you and you do not feel the same way, it is your job and responsibility to not string that person along.
You're
still straight up about shit.
You need to leave them alone.
Because it's easy to you know what I'm saying, exonerate yourself and be like, well, even if you told them, like, no, motherfucker, you can tell. We adults, we not dumb. This person feels this way. I don't really feel that way. Why are you still there?
Yeah.
Well, what do they need to be doing in order to show you that, though?
Nigga,
what you mean?
Have a conversation and be honest about your intentions.
You can have plenty of conversations and tell one another that this is not what it is.
But then that means if y'all have conversations of how it is and the other person still feeling a type of way,
but how do you know that? But how do you know that? And if they don't tell you,
certain actions show you.
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't dumb. Certain actions show you.
Yeah.
When they start expecting,
what do you notice?
When they still expect things out of you that you said you're not gonna do.
Not gonna give, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy because you can say I'm gonna work on that or I'm not gonna do it. If you say that I'm not gonna do it and they say this is something I expect, why are you still there? You're using that person for the gains that you get from
and
this
hell, even when you
now.
say you'll work on it, if you know you're not willing to work on it,
that's it. I said that, I meant people that actually is gonna work on it. But if you know you're not, then why are you?
If you don't feel you're not in that space right now and you are going to work on it, then that's one thing. But if you know you're not going to work on something, stop stringing that person along, because you know that's like if you have paperwork or whatever and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get to it, or chores and you're like, oh, I'm gonna just get to it,
or dishes.
Yeah, one too. But at least I actually get to them.
Nigga told on himself. Nobody was even talking about you. Well, we was, but nobody else
exactly
knew
what y'all are doing.
Nobody knew that.
Nah, but no, regardless,
toxic dishes, bro.
It is, bro.
But yeah, like if you know you're not going to work on anything, then that is your responsibility to be straight up. Be a man and be a woman and tell your significant other how you feel.
Y'all can both be horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's been some shit. And I'm like, bro, y'all both are terrible people to each other.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop. Of course, I know you more, so I'm just hearing your story. And you do deserve better, but she also deserves better. Y'all deserve better for each other.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And that should be the mentality you have with somebody you love. You always should want better for them, even if that's not you. Now, saying that is harder said
Easier
than done,
said than
or
done.
easier said than done, but that's what it should be. If you really truly care about this person, you should want the absolute best for them at all times, whether that is with you or not.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just know that it's with me because I'm that nigga.
Of course,
you know?
because I'm me. Now I'm God's gift to humanity.
Oh,
How
God.
dare you?
Shit,
Forgot
he
about
done
that.
added Hall of Humanity in this.
Forgot about
See,
that.
people don't understand the prophets, bro.
All right, Holander.
Oh God.
Nah, but
yeah.
yeah. I would. We could get much deeper into this topic, but
Oh, please.
since we already got a clip
I can get
and we've
Jesus.
we've unloaded the clip in that we've unloaded the whole clip in that podcast, so we'll just release that one instead of trying to recapture the magic that we had in that one. But it ain't gonna be the same because niggas was fresh going through it when we dropped that one, man. At that, man, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up. We can
Go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrapping it up.
We can wrap it up, man. This is the
episode.
first episode.
Episode.
Now these will be episodes. Just you know what I'm saying. In these, we do talk a lot about comics. We do talk a lot about movies and things like that. We will. I think in episode 6 we actually get into a fist fight. And
Oh my God, this nigga planning out.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it started.
But we will be uploading other videos in between
Raw in here.
the full pods. You know what I'm saying? Because we know everything. Everybody's not interested in all the same things.
Every day they should be looking out for what, or what day they should be.
Well, every week is we getting an episode up, but you know, every now and again we're gonna be uploading other things too. Like for example, that discussion that we when we really got deep into like this one, we kind of just threw that topic in there. But when we really got deep into the toxic relationship and why people are in it, that was a really good conversation. But we weren't posting yet. And so we will. That is something that I do want to post because I think that one will help. And we gonna revisit that conversation too with all of us and with
everybody
and with
with both cues.
No,
I think just
Not with both.
Just the one, but I'm not sure which one y'all are talking.
Maybe
about.
so. The one Q gonna have both Qs, but one Q gonna have some super. No, we can have them. We need somebody to disagree.
They both gonna say shit.
Yeah, but one gonna say some wild, outlandish.
Hey, that's what they got edited. Exactly.
But anyway, y'all look out for more than just our episodes.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
It's about to be exciting.
We coming with a lot.
Yeah.
Coming with a lot. But with that being said, that was another episode of the Koldture Geeks podcast with your host Miles Mayhem, and I'm here with my co-host
Young Trae.
T Supreme.
All right, man. We want to give a shout out to Southtown 101 Bar and Grill. We want to give a shout out to VR, our producer VR Trooper. We want to give a shout out to Puff and Panda Smoke Shop, Hip Hop Comic Shop, Black Man and VR. Y'all can go check them out on their channel. And everybody, all the audience, everybody who gives us a listen, everybody who comments, like, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
And shit, that's all we got. We'll catch y'all next time, yo. Damn, I'm stuttering. Peace.
Hey.